Welcome to Open Minds, Open Mic, the place to be on a Friday night. We have a special delight. Host of the New Eurekan Open Mic on Mondays. This man is one of my favorite people, one of my favorite poets, and just the delivery and the content that he has just it speaks to my soul. I believe we're about the same age, so like we grew up in the same timeline and we like it just some connects with it. So yeah, we got Elemental tonight as a feature. I'm really excited for that. So it's gonna be so cool. But yeah, I'll go ahead and get us started off. This is something I wrote actually for Atlas. While we were creating his last flyer, we went out into wolf country out in the Crown Lands and we found a bunch of wolf kill sites and collected moose bones and deer bones and elk bones and we wrote Atlas with it. And as I was collecting all these bones, I took a moment, I was out of breath, and I just sat in the car in the field there, surrounded by beautiful nature, and I decided to write this poem. And I call it Nature in Bloom. Pondering on the nurturing nature of my home, wandering around searching for dangers I'll never know, surrounded by bones of lost creatures serving the unknown, rounded stones exhaust the dreamers they'll forever roam. Silence is the guidance of science. Defiance never grows. Compliance with license from titans, clever thrones. Thrown my life to the whims of those who chose. Grown while I strive towards the unknown, alone with my wife. This life has had its own plan. A man, maybe more, but no less. No stress, I need you to know this. Bliss is within reach. I tried to spread light and reach out beyond all doubt. Widespread, my plight is to speak aloud. Enough for at least one soul to hear these words. Listen to this wisdom. It comes from the birds. And every chirp, every morning song. We shall survive. Strong, long after we're gone, our souls and laughter will live on. Thank you.
Yay! Woo! Tama, that was beautiful.
Love that last line.
Yeah, beautiful.
Long
You
after
better
we're
not
gone.
write not another poem about nature until you come get this smoke out of Pittsburgh.
Hey, yo, I heard from Cali to Pittsburgh, New Jersey, like everywhere, y'all are seeing our smoke. Lucky enough, we're just south of all the forest fires here in Alberta, but yeah, it's pretty bad. But but you know, we're out of it. It's been a little smoky here. I can't see the mountains as clear, but you know, we're safe. So yeah, thank you all for allowing me to share a little piece of myself. And we're gonna go into this next piece now. We got Lantern Carrier and Gustav, and they're gonna be doing a collab for our featured performer tonight, Elemental. So Elemental, this one's for you, Lantern, Gustav, two of my favorite people. If y'all could unmute yourself and bless us with this collab, we would absolutely appreciate it.
Thank you, my brother Thomas, my brother Gustav. Gustav, are you ready?
Yes.
This is a tribute to our brother Elemental, the illustrious poet. Elemental, the fire of passion and the dope of hope, a bard par excellence, eloquent and living avatar of poets, master of all the elements, wisdom that knows that both light and shadow dances with the love supreme. Your words burn in the ether, awakening deities, minstrels that sing to the caged birds, longing for liberation. Your lips breathe the rays of solace, kissing and comforting souls, sending fiery psalms to those who would choke freedom in secret corporate rendezvous. A vortex of love, you flow like a vibrant river, a drum measure in the ghettos of minds and cities, printing the cobwebs of despairing souls. Carrying like a griot the glorious visions of tomorrow, you encourage the needy and downtrodden, rising like Maya Angelou, a Frederick Douglass in oratory and insightful persuasions. When the illustrious dawn awakes, I hear you resonating like the glorious sunrise, the sweet lyrics of nightingales, the strands on your sitar of words, knowing no need for tuning, as they pave their way into the morn, a healer to the uneasy sleep of troubled souls. Strong, unflinching, immaculate, a genius of African-American ancestry, carrying a lighted lantern, illumining the diaspora with lit gifts of luminosity and promise, taken from the temple of the sun. I see you, a spark of Mandela king dauntlessness and dreams, a calming fragrance which make lavenders and jasmines blush, cause the purple lotuses and yellow sunflowers to give praise, cupping the petals as hands folded in reverence. They pay homage to the medicinal qualities and calligraphy of your bars.
If you crave earth, air, water, fire, elemental's the poet you desire. He'll Jason Bourne that goddamn supremacy, burn down the new Confederacy with fire from the books they burn. That fascist shit makes my stomach turn. They want to treat you like a pawn. It's QAnon and on and on and on. As they're singing the battle hymn of the repugnant, which one of them is the replicant? Bright like fire from the sun, his truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
His truth is marching on. Storm gods bring the rain, the element of water straight to the brain, drenching the fever of the ignorant masses with cleansing water to wash those asses. Water, water everywhere. Let's have a drop to drink. Elemental's words gonna make you think and feel the power of the river's flood to wash away the stains of blood. Elemental's grounded in this earth, loud and proud to let you know your worth. To this global poetry community, let me tell you what that means to me. When Advocate says, let's unmute, that's elemental loud as hell. He's a hoot. The love you feel from him is real. You can sense his poetic zeal. Fire, water, earth, air. Elemental's poems are like a prayer for a better world to arise from the ashes of the old. A revolution of the mind, the greatest story ever told. A storm god wind blows through this world. Battle flags have been unfurled. Whose side will you take in the fight between love and hate? Make up your mind, it cannot wait. The side of symbiosis or the side of psychosis. The earth, the air, the water are all on fire. Will we build ourselves a paradise or build a funeral pyre?
Will we build ourselves a paradise or a funeral pyre? I am alone, a withered leaf, scattered by winds in the scorching desert. Forgive my audacity, O bard. You are the freshness of spring, me a servant dabbling in the creation of images of beauty to invoke love. Your tongue is an artist, conveying the integrity of jade, words that bring comfort as red roses do to the paramour. You take sweet mangoes and culinary delectables to the table. Accomplished in hosting, you augment the sacred voice of Miguel Algarin and the legendary team at the New Yorican Cafe. Your bars are a paradox, shimmering beams sweeping away the darkness of our tempestuous seas, yet a cool, gentle breeze beneath coconut palms and sandy beaches embracing us, whispering to the lapis lazuli of the vast indigo heavens. O Prince of Africa, you, Gustav, Skiff, and more elders beating the various cadences of the djembe, a lyrical call for more blessings on our homeward journey as ancient mariners of light. Nuestro viaje de regreso a casa como antiguos marineros de luz.
Our homeward journey as ancient mariners of light.
This has been the words of the illustrious Magus, Gustav Sallas, and the light of the lantern carrier, dedicated to our beloved brother Elemental. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Yes.
Thank
That was
y'all. Elemental, unmute yourself and show appreciation for that, man. I put you on the spotlight and all, man, so we could watch your reaction while it was going down. Like,
Fantastic.
Gotta say, that was great watching you.
These two cats, really, I love y'all so much, man. To be honored in that way, I am thankful that my work touched you in a way that you decided to share your work with me in that way. It's always an honor and a pleasure to share space with both of you incredible gentlemen. Thank you. I truly appreciate you.
Thank you.
Ooh, now everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Lantern Care and Gustav for that amazing tribute. What a cool way to start off his feature, yo. Like what
a wonderful way to start off.
Great.
So great. Thank you so much, Lantern.
Oh,
I just came into the room and I hate all of you. I just came into the room.
yeah, you just missed the most fire. You was a little late. But I told you I was gonna start 15 after. You showed up 30 after, man. We waited as long as I tried to stall as long as I could, but it's okay. You'll see this video one day and you'll see what the fuck we all just seen, and it was, I don't know. Everybody unmute and give it up for them more, because tell CP what the heck he just missed out on.
Don't be late.
So yeah.
CP.
Yeah, don't be late. He has some things to handle, but yeah. So CP was actually the person who requested to intro our feature tonight. So even though he showed up late, he's fifth on the first round. So he'll read right before the feature because he's like, I wanna set the pace. I wanna bring the energy up in the room, and then I wanna introduce him. So I sent him the intro that I had from last time, and I'm like, do what you got to do with it, right? Like, CP it up. So that was the surprise, y'all. We was waiting on, you know what I mean? But coming up next, we have Karen Melander-Magoon. She's gonna go see this beautiful piece of art tonight. So Phynne was kind enough to switch well, first Ron was kind enough to switch places with her, and then then as Phynne was kind enough to switch places too. So like, because we want to hear you, and we know that you got places to be. So
that is so sweet.
So everyone kind of just pulled together and said, yes, we want to hear you. And
that's so sweet. What a team. What a bunch of poets. You guys are so wonderful, so kind, so beautiful. The poems that I'm going to say today, you don't need. Anyway, this is, I'm starting out with, I've been seeing so many webinars that I'm thinking, the world just really needs to change. And I'm not sure how we're going to do that, but anyway, this is starting with Pivot the World Towards Justice. We stand here on a fractured planet. We live among the clutter of dishonesty. Pay taxes to governments that support war, that support violence, that support occupation, imprisonment of children and adults without charge. We stand upon broken promises, splinters that pierce our feet and hearts, yet do not glue themselves together. We stand frozen in one spot, knowing that only we can change our world by pivoting with others, by pivoting towards honesty, by kneeling down among the clutter and repairing it with the hammers and nails of truth. Only then will we stand tall upon our work for justice, stand tall with our neighbors across the planet, stand tall upon a world we can all piece together, to walk upon a world of truth together. And then I have one sort of in the same vein called The Yeast of Truth. You can see where I was today. Anyway, truth brings us justice. Truth brings us a fair society. A fair society brings us peace. A simple formula, easier than baking a cake. The main ingredient being truth. A common ingredient found everywhere for free. A free gift for all of us who need only accept it, bake it, consume it. Pass it on to everyone. Create institutions, create governments, create families and communities woven together with the yeast of truth. And then I guess my last one will be truth is a bird. Truth is a bird that comes and sits on our shoulder. She flies straight. She speaks in our ears, looks deeply into our eyes, and will not leave us. Truth flies everywhere, yet never leaves our shoulder, never ceases to sing to our hearts. Truth is simple. Truth knows we cannot live without her, that we will never find healing, never find justice, never find peace until we find a place for her in all we do. Truth endures. She is changeless. She makes few demands. She only asks that we listen. She only asks that we speak honestly, that we act fairly. Truth is a bird that can never be caged.
Wow, Karen. Thank you so much for blessing us with those poems tonight.
Thank you.
I love that second one. Some of those lines in there, it's like, I feel really, like you said, like, oh, like I even really need to read it to this community, right? Like, where are you there?
Right.
And yeah, and I just love that we can say that, right? That we have this amazing group of open-minded people. They come every Friday, and you know we have a lot to say, and we're writing, and we have people reaching out and doing things. They're like, we're trying to change this world. My wife says my business model, because we started a creative melt, a graphic design things, and I have open mind going. And I was like, let's make and what do we write on the business proposal? You know, like what are our goals? Well, to change the world. Like,
A little play, yeah.
y-
But the thing is, it's simpler than a lot of us realize. It's
it
just
is. And we
all we
just
have to
need,
do is act honestly and
hmm
not fight without listening.
yeah. Well, my buddy I had from out of town, he said it the other day, and it just got me. He's like, what is wrong with people? He's like, we've got the coolest toys now, like robots and drones, and like we can go to space. Like we got so much cool toys. Like, why are we all just like we have enough to feed everyone and to house everyone, and you know, like why aren't we just playing with the toys? He's like, I want to play with all the toys we got. Like, why don't we just all have a good time? We can all eat, we can all have a nice place to sleep, and we can play with the cool rocket ships and drones and you know all this science cool toys we got. Like, and yet we're still seeing the same thing, but I feel this wave moving on. I feel this wave coming. It's a
I
wave,
hope so.
and it's gonna
I hope
wash
so.
over the whole world. And
A good wave,
a
yeah.
very good wave, and it's gonna be a big wave of love and light, and we're gonna propagate that. So thank you so much again, Karen. Everybody on mute and give it up for Karen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank
Just
you.
Aaron, wow.
Lovely. Wow.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Right up my
unbelievably
alley.
beautiful, Karen. Always.
All right. So another amazing poet, Paul. I am so grateful that you've been showing up every Friday here. Like, I absolutely fell in love with you. I knew you. Every one of your pieces just moved me so much, and I was like, I need to get that man in my open mic. And it took me a while. I had to feature you, I think, for you to show up, and then you showed up like once for you when you get a feature, and then you haven't left yet. You've been here every week, just sharing all that wisdom and those words and the power behind it. And like I'm learning more like from you. Like you're influencing my style and how I write and look at things. And I appreciate that so much. So if you could bless us all with some words, you know, we would really
Oh,
appreciate it.
yeah, thanks. Thanks, Thomas. Let's see, let me get something on the screen here. This is kind of about the struggle we all undergo to be who we are, to be ourselves. Misplaced miracle. Become more young. Belly flop on a drop of sweat. Persuade cops to see anarchy is Christmas time. Set the clock back on a fractured bone. Provide irrefutable proof heaven is up there. Beg a fur coat from Saks Fifth Avenue. Name which lump of coal incinerated in the power plant furnace fuels the light in the firehouse garage. Eradicate racism with a comedy routine. Sleep beside a whacking jackhammer. Make money be worthless. For one day, hold your breath. At rush hour, floor a bus in reverse up Broadway. Live longer than forever. My cancerous, hallucinating grandfather, leukemic 90-pound cousins, my father instantly exterminated by his own blood vessels, I sing lies to your grave diggers, melodic untruths manifest as seared throat, smoke upon the tongue, charred teeth, blistered lip, but invisible as shame I am. Sanity plunged, poking like a syringe, dying into the mother maybe between yes and no. What decision we can resurrect is to greet fate as clemency for disintegration when five thirsts use the same tongue like TV channel, watched by wrong guesses looking for pivot spells of euphoria, broadcast by dehydrated normality, each bodily presence cage with eyes that disembowel my liberty wielding dull imperative to domesticate my under socialized sense of decorum, obedient dogs sent by conformity search, relentless in my brain for confession of relativity of light so gray I cannot perceive honestly enough, bludgeoned beneath a snow plow. My vulnerability is breech birthed. I can not identify who opens me up to suspend head of an axe above my tongue, but its edge instructs my diction, the hands that tear contentment from me smell like gasoline, the door handle on my stillness is a clitoris. Where was the minute manufactured? Who is the rain? Display Jimmy Hoffa, eat smoke, get high off morality, steer time, dance the boogaloo to snuff out an apartment fire, hear what cats think, backwards 5 times in Sanskrit with a mouthful of ball bearings and marshmallows, spell transcendence, possess emotion, strike it rich sleeping, weigh a thought, whistle underwater, park fate. Dump more infernal flaming spastic pictures on my voice so the rhapsodic barking frenzy spurts to stain intimately sexualized distance shrunk by amorous emotion telescope, the eyes gorged with mouth of gift horse more empty than moral prohibitions that pounce upon each anybody to spill the human street corner loitered on only by bureaucratic doctrines who are late for their magazine covers and boyfriends, odorless, tasteless, slowly bruised, accidental patience, recuperation not found in things. Surrender, confess, flee over personalities, street to fling love like ice water onto pit bull's voracious face that will not unclench jaws from neck of the fragile collie. Verify human instinct is more practical than reason. Who are you? Who are you? The first string of Saturn. What do you do? What do you do? Concoct bombs from truth, make each audience millionaires of comedy. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I'd forgotten that mattered. I ate your leisure time. You regard this as hip, cutting edge, decadent fun, but I am not a middle-class romantic. You diagnose my offensive refusal as maniacal, but this is not a clinic. What have I become by loving you this way? Imposter life, transcend wisdom by making entertainment. With your hands behind your back, reach nirvana. bribe a judge with a can of cat food, convert the champion linebacker into an encore-provoking ballerina, never pee again, shelve the love object, philosophize superstition, join the alphabetical order, impersonate the voice of autumn, polish violence off human history with your toes, speak sign language, juice a credit card, somersault over fiscal responsibility, explain existentialism to the crowd at Yankee Stadium, turn inside out. All my breath, glove for light that reaches into my voice to ripen like an intoxicating herb, stare at red moon, high on corner of my normality, human shadow, deep pool of spine, two walls meet in triangular rumor, puzzle house, where change and solution grow ghosts, clarity, apparitional whole in world, talk excruciates. I do not trust loudspeakers of obedient personality. You would wire into me 1/3 slave who lives under normality's floorboards with blood made from falling stone and vacuum tubes. Instead, I yelled yes at myself. So my miseries have bled from memory, coagulate upon tiny bones deep in my ear, there color my contemplative tremor with descendants of the first hand clap. My phallus has entered my happiness, which now stands to spit salted fulfillment in gooey chortles. My heart has sprinted up my neck into my mouth, where my huffing lips throb sanguineous smiles. Everyone phones in clarities, well wishes, and condolences as medicine to correct eligibility for painless life that tripped into the mercury vat on purpose, but wrong numbers clog circuit bank prayed to by applicants for eyes that dream a world balanced atop innocent mistakes. I am contagious with gravity spewing fevers that run in heavy veins all the way to Earth's very first rotation. My temperature is dizzy, but I weigh nothing. Peel off my skin with your insistent similarity, swallow back eagerness to proceed when, instead of relatedness, my vivisection reveals an alien solar system. I stood in the deep decay of the city beneath train tracks for 1,000 nights, drowning sparks with my hand. I hid in brutality of Chicago's February wind, whose blast taught my tongue to conceal its fuse. Yet I have remained molten, feeding on the oxygen of this marathon. Whiskey bottle for a wristwatch. Through a month with no sun, I stood on the breakwater looking for 3 o'clock, danced in building fires, dodged bricks flung at my head by demented angelic sociopaths. I still listen to rooms get dark, test myself muscle by muscle. I have clenched onto life, battling so fucking hard to be tranquil. Drink stone, burn history, deflate a wave, urinate gold, swim to the moon, detour winter, reestablish disorder, climb the sky, masticate electricity, shake hands with yourself, ban stupidity, vacate the future, pay a speeding bullet to malinger, cure me.
Wow.
Skiff, dude. Thank you so much for that
Very
piece, man.
good.
He just, that's what I was saying with his writing. Like,
Wow.
he
Yeah,
inspires me,
ban
man.
stupidity.
Yeah, dude, I want you to do a piece with Frog Corp so bad. Like, I can imagine a collab between the two of y'all, like with those voice. Like, Finn knows what's up, right? Can you imagine hearing a collab with Skiff? And Paul said he'll only do it if I join them
Yeah, it's a
as a
trio. You'd
three-way
have to
collab.
join in.
It'd have to be the trio.
Oh,
It would be
that'd be
me, Frog, and
awesome.
Skiff. How do I turn that down? What do we write about? Like, we gonna do something, man. Hopefully, you guys will be able to see that soon. But
I'm sure
yeah.
Frog has some ideas.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm hoping to get him for Friday the 13th in October. He's still telling me he's waiting to see, but we might have him for October 13th, Friday 13th, and like, so yeah, that's gonna be cool. I got a special little thing too I've been working on for Halloween because Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. But let's keep this thing going because we still have two more wonderful open micers and then our feature. So coming up next, we have the lovely Phynne Belle just doing so much in the poetry thing. And actually, just before the show, I had your prompt pulled up with that image, and I was like, I wanted to write, but I was like, I'm gonna wait till after the show, get inspired, and then go in and write. Like, yeah, I love your prompts and stuff, and I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you. So I wanted to send positive energy to tonight's feature, even though he doesn't need it because he generates this wonderful energy all by himself. It's a magical thing. So I wanted to cover a poem, one of my favorite poems of all time, and then I wanted to read an original poem. So this poem I'm going to do in really, really faulty Spanish and then in English. This poem is sonnet number 17, Neruda. No te amo como si fuera rosa de sal, topacio o flecha de claveles que propagan el fuego. Te amo como se aman ciertas cosas oscuras, secretamente entre la sombra y el alma. Te amo como la planta que no florece y lleva dentro de sí, escondida, la luz de aquellas flores, y gracias a tu amor vive oscura en mi cuerpo, el aprantado aroma que ascendió de la tierra. Te amo sin saber cómo, ni cuándo, ni de dónde. Te amo directamente sin problemas ni orgullo. Así te amo porque no sé amar de otra manera. Sino así de este modo en que no soy ni eras, tan cerca que tu mano sobre mi pecho es mía, tan cerca que cierran tus ojos con mi sueño. I do not love you as if you were salt rose or topaz, or the arrow of carnation the fire shoots off. I love you as certain dark things are to be loved in secret between the shadows and the soul. I love you as the plant that never blooms, but carries in itself the light of hidden flowers. Thanks to your love, a certain solid fragrance risen from the earth lives darkly in my body. I love you without knowing how or when or from where. I love you straightforwardly without complexity or pride. So I love you because I know no other way than this, where I does not exist nor you, so close that your hand on my chest is my hand, so close that your eyes close as I fall asleep. So that is Neruda, sonnet number 17, my favorite of all time.
And she said, I'm going to read it in like, half Spanish, right?
Yeah, shaky Spanish, very.
But
shaky.
You crushed it. When I had my eyes closed, I would swear you spoke it as your first language, right?
Oh.
you skipped on a word or two, but you know, just the way you performed it and you speak
Yeah.
it was beautiful.
Yeah,
And
I
like
hope that
Dee was
I
saying
hope it
too,
did
when you
Lantern proud, because I know Lantern is fluent.
Well, you were even
yeah.
using Castilian at one point. You said La Luz. I was
Yeah.
so proud of you.
Thank you. I learned it originally in Castilian, but then when I became here to the Bay Area, it's mostly Central American, so you know a lot of those
Yeah.
pronunciations changed. Yeah, yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Muy
Thank
bonito.
you. Okay, so this is a new poem. Some of you have heard this before. Thomas was just talking about this one, so I'm doing this one again. It's called Death Rites. I move my right arm in time to the brass bowl's last ringing tone, reverberation singing upon the air. Smoked neon blue, white, then gold shimmers, wavers, reappears, the tips of my finger rousing their illumination. My left arm rests against my torso, its hand curving protection around my scraped barren womb. My touch is memory's reflex. It remembers past life stirring, kicking, once, twice, then stillness. Heart flickering once, twice, now gone silent. The silence wanted to remain, wanted to devote herself only to me. Her infatuation taunted, loomed. We waged battle, made up, made love, grew weary, forgot how loathing begins, how love ends. We stood motionless, we witnessed in awe, whole woman, half woman, fractured woman, occluded. Full moon, half moon, quarter moon, eclipsed. Time is the only one who understands patience, lust drained colorless, enmity dims, feels too much like we pantomime mourning. We let forgiveness pass between us unspoken. We sit together uneasy until the bird song stumbles, is abashed, is mute, flies southbound. We greet winter. I wash rose quartz in the watery reflection of the returning moon. I am mindful, deliberate, as I chew unripe persimmons to spit out tonic flesh onto the newly turned ground. This is my offering to Izanami, I whose belly she empty, I who now holds a crow's nest in its hollow chamber. I scatter rock salt to blanket my phantom girl. I blanket her in its purity to keep her safe while she sleeps. I will comb my hair with her unformed bones and hum my own mother's lullabies at eventide. I will grow my hair strands into the black and the silver of the night sky, pin it up with stars like fused hot astral breadcrumbs for the unblessed to follow. I do not know how to map these shifting constellations, course a path that leads wandering souls through life and death. I find myself in the clearing. I find myself in the netherworld. I find myself in the charred heavens. I am lost. Thank you.
Yo, Phynne, thank you. See, like hearing it again too, when you have a favorite song or something, you just like to hear I can listen to it all day. Thank you so much for blessing. Unmute and give it up for Phynne
Yeah,
Belle.
Finn, that's a fantastic
Yes, that
poem.
was
I love it.
beautiful.
Love
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we loved it.
Wonderful. Never misses. She never misses. Come on. Come on.
Me and my wife were thinking about you earlier today. I was talking to Alexa, and I just remembered the poem you did. You read a poem, mentioned Alexa, and our Alexa went off in the living room. So like every time I hear Alexa, I think of Finn's voice. Like this should be Finn's voice.
Yo,
Alexa.
right? Oh, I would have an Alexa in my house if it was Finn's voice. It's like the ocean, man. Like it just washes over your soul. I just absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Finn. Coming up next, we got our last first half of our first round here, and then we're gonna go into our feature. Uh, you all know and love him. He's big Open Minds fan, dude. Like CP Maze, can you bless us with some words? Get the energy going. Introduce our feature. I'm gonna let you take over. Go ahead, do your thing, bro. Did I make it to where you can share screen, or did I? Nope, I forgot to hold up.
Unmute, brother.
And you're muted. Okay, there you got the share screen now. Okay. Yeah. CP Maze, everybody.
Cool. The screen shared? Okay.
I should have access to screen share now.
It's a poem I had to write for an individual world poetry slam. They had a 1 minute round, a 2 minute round, a 3 minute round, and a 4 minute round over the span of days. And then they figure out, who's who in the score and semis and finals. So I decided to write a poem because it's fun to break constructs. It's good to write iambic, but sometimes you just got to drop a pentameter just to make a point. So I wanted to do something different. So this is more of a prose piece. Let's get it. Hometown All-American. This hometown All-American has a cannon for an arm, a fruit roll-up, and 8 glasses of milk a day for an addiction. Rushed more yards last year than all of the town's drunk drivers and neighborhood whores combined, was raised on poverty, failure, audibles, and apple pie since he was knee-high to his father's Oxycontin and crystal meth addiction. When it comes to 4th and inches, fumble of failure, kin folks at John Deere focus under them their headlights, cause fuck it. Foes will find more success at finding Waldo before a foe will find him playing possum or playing chicken, second fiddle or second string to any fly-by-the-night strangers drive. Hometown, high school, All-American, prays and faithfully worships in Sunday school, and through old senile Uncle Joe's shotguns whenever kin folks young, old, as slow and illiterate as alliteration, older, stuttering cousin Scooter stutters up Copenhagen dipspit bullies, down over past yonder railroad tracks, down past dusty back roads where filters and bones of cowboy killers lay bleached with whiskey, bourbon bottles, and moonshine, mason jars bellied up. High school, All-American, against all odds. And tonight, several Southern Baptist bastards who fully non-varsity legacies like, if you ain't Letterman, then best believe that damn near Joe, his youngest boy, Scooter's outhouse, bass awkward and about as slow as a sundial on a hot damn rock attached to a leper, or simple enough, hometown. Although heroes no shoulder pads, he's still driving up that field, surpassing letdowns and failures. Swore never again to fall country short of a spiritual re-up or looking back. No, audible rattlesnake mean like Midwest middle of nowhere field of dreams is just some another Friday midfield night, minus the cheerleaders, minus the fact that however this goes, if wrong, the closest dock is at least a tomorrow and the TGIL 60-mile stretch past midnight away. No airbags, no shoulder pads, driving upfield like fuck a Saturday and a damn SAT and its score and frugal old ass Fannie Mae, chest pumping pistons like Uncle Joe's rattling engine mounts, F-150, I formation, quarterback fate, futures at fullback, running backs of failure in motion, future Heisman Trophy quarterback candidate, willing to risk blow trailer parks full ride, big leagues, signing bonus and Super Bowl rings, y'all, because his mama's sweet tea is the nectar of the gods round here. Not gonna be found on no standardized test, boy, because year after year, too young to be hoisted up as if Homer to Odyssey, as Odessa to year after year after year, recarving Carla's initials into a redwood where they first kissed to remind both nature and himself that the things you love should never be allowed to simply fade away. He tells himself, if the quarterback gods see fit to deem scooters double wide worthy of grace and mercy. If you're lucky, you got only several seconds before scooter's time clock runs out. Pray that this Holy Ghost, when it's all or nothing, you risk it all or nothing. Fuck sudden death, fucking with this here stiff forearm, Mossberg, freight train, slingshot, buckshot, center mass. Fuck them off if they step over that line. Fuck them off if they come without cross or come across off sides, run buckshot straight up the mental note. Don't allow them a chance to huddle up. Middle note, hurry up. This is gospel. Middle note, this is inline, goal line, hurry up, Moses, offense, line of scripture. Stick to your shotguns and roll scooters motion before these hillbilly moonshine, Neanderthal motherfuckers blindside blitz. Scooters studying ass, catch scooters slipping, sleeping, slipping in and out of a perfect dreamscape held closely, tightly stacked, sacked in a sack with another sack. Because if they find out he tackles ends on and off field, the game is over, y'all. Poem.
Woo!
CP.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Did you play high school football?
Boom!
Sick.
Woo. Okay. Yeah, that takes a lot out of me. Hold on.
Okay, catch your breath. Everybody take a moment. Catch your breath.
Woo-hoo.
You've just been amazed by CP himself. So just poof.
Okay, so the person you're here to see tonight, because y'all definitely didn't come in to see, Magus, Lantern Carrier, Paul Skiff, Thomas. Y'all came to see Elemental. How does one introduce the master of introductions, right? This man is a staple in the poetry community and a beast with his pen, driven by passion that fuels the starship of his thoughts. Elemental roams through universe, healing and inciting riots through poetry, a harbinger of change, writing wrongs into poems, one heartbeat at a time. Fueled by his desire to enlighten all who hears his voice, he speaks with an asset of revolution. Storm gods in the building, the ex-quoting of an unbalanced equation, the seeker of truth in all form, voice of the voiceless, carrying the torch of love for true creativity, broadcasting truth people can use, standing on the shoulder of gods. He is Elemental. Without him, I would have never found this open mic. He put me onto this open mic.
Yeah, thanks for bringing CP here, man.
And set me up to realize like all of our poetry communities really care about each other. They're not fighting for jockeying for position, So like Elemental, give it up because he hosts so much. Let's hear your shit. Like rock out, cuz.
Man, listen, that dude right there is a bona fide monster. Like, I think he got kerosene in his blood. Appreciate you, Maze. Appreciate you, man. Folks know I'm a high energy being. I truly appreciate all of y'all for being here. To every poet who came before me and after, I truly appreciate your energy. It really does fuel what I do. I really love what I do. I don't just say it. I truly believe that I'm a member of the greatest community in the world, truly. And then I get to meet CP Maze. Listen, all y'all from the collab in the beginning, like y'all trying to get me. Y'all trying to get me with that, man. But I love y'all so much, really, again, for sharing your talent with me. To everyone here, man, y'all just don't really know how much it feeds my soul and my spirit to see y'all. So thank you. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you rocking with me. So I am the dark side. In anything good and everything bad with your perfect little fallacy. A villainous conjurer of righteous thoughts I was born. Wrapped in this war paint, I used to graffiti the American construct with a mutant matrix, Morpheus mind frame, atmosphere rearranger, descendant of Garvey, Newton, Carmichael, X, Black Splash, their backlash with mad color. This bad brother is a protest standing still. I am the red pill. Conductor of this conscious railroad underground, speak for my people who are lost and never found. Sojourner this truth, make it Hubbard, Emmett Till, they hear it clear. Say it loud, say it loud, say it loud. I'm Black and I'm proud. I am elemental.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all, really. Here's a couple haiku for y'all real quick. I am a storm god, forged in rumbles of thunder, lightning in the flesh. Revolution is a necessary evil because freedom ain't free. All right.
Leave it to Elemental to put those words together in that last haiku like that. Like, holy shit, that's something that needed to be written. And like you, leave it to you, Storm God, to do that. Like,
hey, this is. I am just the instrument. I am just the conduit through which creativity speaks. Truly. In honor of the vets in the room. This is a poem I love because it speaks to clearly who I am. And it just feels good. So to those who have heard it, I hope you enjoy this ride again. This is in cadence. Standing at crossroads of summer and madness, already on borrowed time, labeled problem, voted least likely to live past 18, running from a fortune teller's tale with path and palm, I left home to join the army. The day I left, my mama cried. She just knew I would surely die because I was weak. Oh, I was weak, but I joined the army. Never mind what I thought I knew. This was hard work, did more before 5 a.m. than some would do in a lifetime. Questioned every breath, my body cried out in excruciating bliss. Kill! I stepped into someone's nightmare. Shoot, shoot to kill. And if he ain't dead, we gotta reload, 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 and shoot him again. Breathe. Sight picture. Aperture, alignment, scan, your lane. First target, 50 meter. My mama was there when I left. My daughter was there when I left. My son was there, my fear was there, my life was there when I left. But that's the reason I left, you're right. Worst of the worst, berserker mode, earned blood stripes, low crawling infiltration courses, and 50 cal showers. Fixed bayonets and hand-to-hand stance, made butt stroke series, mad reflex to win at all costs. Cause now, every day is some good hard work. Sounds like, of course it's morning, hard work, work. 5 miles at Old Dark 30, hard work, work. Pounding the pavement in cadence, hard work, work. Carrying history in this rough waste, just over 400 years of misconduct, the UCMJ created articles for toward every loyal Marine, airman, sailor, Buffalo soldier, and hellfighter who put their lives on lines for a country and cause who takes ours freely. Mama, mama, can't you see? They've done to me. This army's done to me. Oh, I had to get in step when misery tested my spirit and racism showed its pale face. Felt the agony of road marching Kentucky summer sun, but heartbreak taught me to push past my limits and get in step. Right old lip, keep in step. Kevlar garments proudly declare Uncle Sam ain't rid of me yet. Stitched in script to maintain grip over hearts of men and women ready to die in any theater or combat mission. No biggie, nothing made sense. Till I learned guts made the grass grow. No atheists in foxholes, tracer rounds on Blackout Drive, and you hear the choppers hovering. This was a taste of strength, a finely tuned instrument of demolition forged in mile after mile, singing repetitious commands, kill the enemy, take control. So early, so early, So early in the morning, demented instructions scratched into lullabies to serenade enemies into afterlives. A minister of war praying for death, make them fear this gas-powered shoulder fire, locked and loaded. Whoa, tucked tightly into my repetition with a one shot, one spill, send a mass disposition. Mama, can't you see what this army done to me? Gave me a weapon. Fighting injustice abroad and imperialism at home, a new double V campaign, still fighting, still dying, still fighting, still dying in the same mud with the same blood with no fucking love in the name of America, in the name of, I hope we made you proud.
In the name of, I hope we made you proud. We did, man. All of y'all vets, man. Thank you so much. Service, so much you went through for that. Everybody, just yeah, unmute for one moment and just give it up for the soldiers. The vets, the ones that are out there doing it now, like.
To tell Elemental, just to bring him back down to earth, since I'm a Marine and you're Army, I was told Army stands for aren't ready for Marines yet. I'm just saying that's what I heard. Army.
Oh!
That's what I heard.
Did the Marine who said that read that off of the bottle that was passed to him after all y'all passed the?
Hey, the Army was first. They created the Marines later as a separate branch. So Army is still technically the Army. That's why they call them armies, right? So
listen, we are.
I have had to have your back for
and sometimes you scrap with your siblings. It's all good. Yeah, exactly. It's all good.
Y'all all fighting for the same reason. Yes.
Elemental.
Down there on the front line, nobody's gonna be arguing what service.
Yeah, what service you're in. It's yo, can you hand me that clip? Fucking
that's right.
Duck your fucking head down. Hey, I got this spot over here. Like, yeah, much love, man. Keep it going, Elemental. Keep it going, brother. We love
you. I'm gonna share something again. Shout out to the paint slingers in the building. Shout out the Inhumans. Shout out to Crooklyn 4. It's so much. But this came at me yesterday, about 28 hours ago now, 29, something like that. I had to make sure I went back and checked it because it was only 24 hours. Oh shit, Scott Pleasant in the building, JSW. So this is a challenge for my man Maze. And again, it's kind of short, but it's the I'm so dope. This is a Maze challenge to find ways that waves connect to exits called creativity. I've been dope my whole life, right next to blow my whole life, shovel snow my whole life. Now words ignite, I've been dope my whole life. Grown next to Dro my whole life. I've been dope my whole life. Now my words come to life, pure enough to smoke blue magic. Frank Lucas in a revolutionary's body, talking that black righteous space shit. Take flight on flicks of pins deep as Nautilus. These shark-infested standards make plankton question coordinates of chaos and quaaludes. Another QP to love me in the next episode of Just a Bump to get over that juxtaposition of hump days and paydays. So American gangster slanging that Frank White like metric tons of truth repackaged as extremists. Malcolm Little's last fix made X of their literary crucifix. I'm so dope. I make CPR choke on repetition, squeezing life back into lungs while stealing it from the living. Light blunts with brimstone so they burn evenly. Sativa hybrid chasing dragons out of opium dens for sneaking in with the wrong greenery. I murdered a rock, they called it war. Injured every rolling stone that came through, not named temptation. Hospitalized a brick, I'm so dope, I make antidote sick. A coca plant high off angel dust, playing with matches and drought-ridden feathers that kiss you soft as cyanide. I'm so dope. Oxytocin, potent, spit dopamine. I'm dope. Fresh off the spoon, the fentanyl patch resting on heavy tongues who think they can throw words at wizards who bleed morphine and dream in doses of magic spells. I'm so dope with it. I give the hopeless a fearless voice that's just as dope as the ancestors hoped.
Wow.
And for y'all that don't know, it started with a guy named Black Chakra. He did a poem called I'm So Dope, and he would tag 3 people on Facebook. The kicker is you only have 24 hours to write the piece.
Well, so I just found out about it now. So it's 6:16 here. I'm gonna make a post on my shit. I'm a so dope poem too, man.
I
Elemental,
gotta
you
say,
crush that.
damn,
And yo, that dopamine line, he's like, cause I love when you do
shit.
that you do that in your poems a lot, like this, nah, I mean this, nah, I mean this. And so like when you're like, I'm dope, I mean the dopamine, like I mean I'm dope. Like, yo, that whole crushed it, bro. I'm so dope. You are, man. You straight up are, bro. 100, dog.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. I'm gonna give y'all one more, and I'm out of here because I want to hear everybody else. And then maybe we'll come back with something else. But this is another brand new Joan. Really. So I heard something recently that said you shouldn't sleep on a plane, right? You should actually try to be as creative as possible because you are more creative at the higher altitudes, right? And so for those of you who know, I was in New York for a couple of weeks. Now I am returned, and on the way back, this is kind of what started. I truly appreciate y'all again. Looking forward to everyone's incredible poetry. Everyone, truly appreciate Open Minds for the feature. All of y'all are so damn incredible, really. This, again, brand new, forgive me for slinging paint. This is High Altitude, Low Oxygen, or 7 Rules to Survival When Locked in a Nosedive to Reality. 1. Turn bottle inside out, count missing drops swallowed by yesterday's day before when cork morphed back to compass upon failed requests for higher elevation returned in hollow echoes of what was once a savior. Empty reminder of liquid Loch Ness monster goggles lost and tossed more minnow than Gilligan washed away by serial sequence of sickening sour mash hanging over quantum leaps to conclusions that wring excuses off another suffocating episodes of a barkeep's bottomless marathon. Different track, same tender or setter of stone tablets too. Warning, suggestion not to sip and least bit of conflict disregarded, but this is how you double shot bite back boiler making trouble like Project Basement sitting on nuclear consequences to save $1 or make it through the day with fluid attitude adjustments. 3. Say hello to problematic persona, turning watering holes, cathedrals of prerogative, bathed in pale moonlight, dancing with devils, call it Friday, or happy hour, or weddings, or funeral, christening, inauguration, or breathing, or breakup. 4. Smiles become glasswares where icicles click and past participles tapping out, help me in Morse code that roughly translate to pour me another. So we lotus linguistics into an Uncle Nearest forest of spirits and bizarro gardens of Eden. Praise Jack Daniels, Pastor McAllen 5. Last time I checked, Melville was safe as Shakespeare, eating green eggs and ham, drinking Irish coffee just south of whatever Mark Twain Huckleberry bullshit people pass as literature in school these days, while poets are being censored by addicts drunk off power, passing violent legislation with Louis XIII resting on rancid tongue. 6. Prepare for condemnation of truth. Champions toasting in chords and chorus of uproars for omitted stories, guaranteed to intoxicate the status palate, head-on collision with America's sense of apex nationalism, leave you manslaughtered. 7. Unfortunately, we get mandated to remain silent. That can only mean one thing. War is on its way to your shores. Make sure you're prepared. Cheers. Peace out.
Ooh, Elemental. Hey, thank you so much for doing this feature for us. And yeah, we do wish we get an encore from you because we want more from you. You host, you do so much, but yeah, you're so fucking amazing. And I just thank you for coming through and sharing that with us, man. Everybody on mute and just Give it up for
You made the
Elemental.
most of that plane
We
ride.
love
Wow.
you.
Yeah.
Wow.
We love you.
Just
We
blown
love
away.
you. Incredible.
As it
Yeah.
just came out of the
Yeah.
nosedive.
Amazing. Incredible.
Wow.
Left speechless every time I hear you read, man. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
you-
he's one of my favorite poets, yo. Like, that's why
Thanks.
I feel blessed when he agrees to do these. Like, he's going to hit an encore later, but we're going to get to these other people. Dominique's like, encore. He going to stick around listening to all these other beautiful people we have in the room. Thank y'all for coming through to see your boy Elemental, man. Like, I looked through this list right here, who's in the participants. Like, there's only 24 of us in right now, but, yo, these are 24 of my favorite people on earth, you know? And thank y'all for coming through for Elemental, and whew, thank you, brother. We gonna keep this thing rolling though. Round one coming up. We had Shocky, but I think she had to leave, so we're gonna keep Shocky on the list here, and we're gonna roll over to Atlas, who is gonna be featuring July 7th at 7 p.m. Yeah, next week. Oh, it's next Friday, isn't it? That's right. Atlas is next Friday. Yeah, buddy. Atlas is gonna be featuring next Friday. We've been doing some cool art. I know, we usually do like the AI art and Photoshop it and do flyers like that and stuff. But I know Atlas doesn't really like the AI and all that. So my wife and I decided to take nature and turn it into flyers. So she took it upon herself. Without the help of me, I was tired that day. But she made this beautiful rock sculpture in the river that said Atlas. And then we tied a bunch of big matches together and lit them on fire. So we had like a burning Atlas. Yeah, and then in the middle of the fire band. So we had buckets and stuff. But we also did another one with bones. And I'm excited to get out there and do the next one for him, right? So like we turn nature into his flyers. So yeah, Atlas, if you're there, I'm trying to stall a little bit because I'm waiting to see your face pop up on there. There he goes. Yeah, if you could bless us with some words, brother, we'd appreciate it. We're looking forward to your feature next Friday. Like,
Thank you. Thank you. Going with the mainly fan favorite of provocations. Just some quick thoughts. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah? Okay. Sorry, I'm like out and about. All right, here we go. Take our way of making a diversion seem productive. Millions of people focusing their attention on how much or how little a complete stranger accomplishes within just a few years. Seems to be a great method of pulling their attention away from focusing on how little each of us have accomplished within all of the years we've been given. Basically, if someone tells me that they're really, really into politics, they also are telling me that they care very little about themselves because they gave all their power to some complete stranger in a suit and tie. And if they have all the power, then the individual must have none. Next.
ooh, I love these provocations, man.
Hold on one moment. The cruel irony of life is that all the people who feel there is no one out there, no one who understands their pain, no one who understands their sorrow, their inescapable loneliness, all those people don't find out there are countless others who exist. They don't get to know their name or where they were until they read the obituary. In other words, the very thing that takes so many lives and the cruel irony of it all is that so many of us feel alone in that pain. Here we go.
I feel that one, man. My father committed suicide. Two of my best friends committed suicide, and I've tried a few times. So that was deep. At the end, it affected me. It was good.
What do you think people do in heaven? I mean, so many people want to go there, right? Or they believe that when their loved ones die, that's where they end up. Do you think people gossip out there? Do you think they yell or argue? Do you think people watch countless hours of TV in heaven? Do they get to scroll through social media and find out what life is like down below? Probably not. Well, if we can't do any of those things in heaven, why do we bother doing it in our own lives? Because if pointless activities like that are what bring you joy, heaven is going to be hell for you. Two
Yeah.
more. Hold on. The solution to most of our individual problems isn't going to come from spending more money or having more money to spend or consuming more time. It's actually going to come from reducing the money and time we spend on things that make us miserable and tired. You see, the truth of it all is that we are only ever as unhappy as we can afford to be. And trust me, wealthy people know all about that. Last one. People often assume that because they have a voice, that they know how to communicate. To me, it's no different than assuming that because you own a trumpet, you are now a world-class musician. And much like playing music, oftentimes you have that instrument sitting on a shelf, collecting dust for far too long. You feel less and less compelled to use it. For that reason alone, please continue to speak as often as possible to as many as you can. And one day, you would have tuned your instrument to perfection. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sallas.
Ooh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Yeah, I love these shorter provocational pieces.
Yeah.
It's so dope, man. Yeah, more Skiff. Guess what? You gonna be here next Friday? We got Atlas featuring for us. Tell everybody we want to get as many people as we can stick in this Zoom room because Atlas has some things that need to be heard by the entire world, and we want to
Every piece is
tell all your
new.
friends.
Sorry, every piece is new, and every piece will specifically be for the Open Minds, Open Mic community. So it's curated specifically to the vast majority of the people that I see here.
Right on.
Yeah, you're not getting anybody's leftovers. It's a fresh meal for all of you.
Excellent. We look forward to that, man. Thank you so much, brother. I just got a stable thing. Am I still coming in okay? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We good?
Sounds good.
Yes.
All
I
right.
can hear you.
All right. All right. So coming up next, we have a lovely poet that my wife and I just absolutely adore. Like, Kittay, we watch all your videos on Instagram when you get out there doing your thing. Oh, my wife heard me say there's, she's out there shouting, "Oh, Kittay, we love you." They went through a pretty serious event earlier this week. It was last week, right? About a week ago. And we
Yeah, it
almost
was on June 22nd.
the day after my birthday, I almost lost one of my new favorite peoples in the world. I almost lost the day after my birthday. My birthday was June 21st.
June 21st, I actually got rear-ended by a box truck. I was sitting at a red light and I got slammed into and I almost had a fucking panic attack.
And then
So
the
like,
next
I don't
day you got
know.
into even a, why they try
And
to
then the
take
next
away
day,
one of my friends on my birthday like that? What the fuck?
yeah,
But you so strong and you still here, and we all want to
yeah,
send you all of our love and healing
then,
energies and prayers. And I love that piece that you put out today, like, because you read last night at New York and you almost backed out, but what Cece said and just being there with the vibe and this community that we have, we keep mentioning this community for a
yeah,
reason, right? Like we're all there for each other and we all have so much love for each other. And I feel blessed that you're still here and that you're able to perform for us tonight. And so, yeah, if you could bless us with some words, we'd appreciate it, sweetheart.
Well, this is the perfect way for me to go into it because you know what? I think none of us asked to be here on this earth. For what it's worth, you've got to make the most of the blessings that life gives itself. I'm grateful I was put here, a planted seed that eventually grew into a tree, now here to spread my roots. I tried so hard to die, overdose after overdose, because I felt cursed, stressed, and depressed. I couldn't see my purpose. I couldn't see the uplifting energy I brought because I felt shut out. That old version of me serves such a higher purpose than I ever could have previously seen. Before reality shifted for me, my old mindsets began to die off. Ego deaths, shedding false facets of what I previously determined to be the truth, because sometimes illusions can distort you. Erasure of mental distress, all because I found myself. After experiencing severe failed conquests to achieve death, wake-up calls, tests I passed without even knowing, but passed without much effort because I paid attention to the lessons presented and knew I had to go in a different direction. How would I know that staying a little longer in certain places would lead me to success? Those circumstances brought me more gratitude and appreciation than I'll ever be able to express or decree. So I'll just say it over and over again because it's motivational to me. I'm grateful to be alive, grateful for the wisdom life provides, grateful I am able to know how to use and trust my discernment, grateful the universe saved me from suicides I tried to commit when I felt like I should have deserved it, grateful I was able to forgive myself for the darkness that I felt, grateful I was able to shift my life and get out of the depressed mindset, of the toxic relationships, of the need for someone else to be my everything, because I learned I'm all I ever needed. It wasn't until after my attempts and some karmic relationships that I learned more about myself. I dug deeper because I was only able to see the surface until others began to point out things that made more sense to me about what I was doing to myself and others and why I felt like any of us deserved it or like I was a burden to everyone and their mother. I started healing my own wounds, daily cleansing, protective auras, evil eye wards, and crystals galore. But it's spirituality itself that is always charmed and adored. It brought me closer to myself and helped me work on the things that needed to be mended in order for my life to take a different spin than the typical cycles it was used to being in. Now I have a better appreciation for this life, the one I once used to hate, until I learned how to embrace, knowing that boundless inspiration comes from the pain I've had to face. Thank you for having me here.
I'd say that was one of the realest, dopest poems I think I heard. You really touched on like,
I
wow,
have a lot of deep shit.
yeah, that's why my wife and I love you so much, yo. You're just such a cool fucking person, and we absolutely love you. We love that you're still alive and you survived that accident, and that you're here tonight to share that poem with us. Thank you,
Me
everyone.
too.
Unmute and give it up for Kittay.
Yeah.
We love you so much.
Yeah, Kittay.
You're a blessing.
Yes, Kittay. Beautiful. Thank you for
Beautiful, brave.
Glad you made it through so we can continue to enjoy your incredible poetry. Truly.
Right on.
How's your swagger? Is it matching nails? Is your nails matching your hair today?
Nah, they're orange and I need a manicure.
Awesome.
I got 6 cats, but you're my favorite Kittay.
Yeah, just get the manicure at home. Don't go
Did you
driving
hear?
anywhere.
Hello?
She purred at you, babe. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Kittay. We're so glad that you're here. Coming up next, we got my brother over here. This man, like, I haven't got a chance to hug him yet, but I know as soon as I see him, I'm giving him a big old hug. It's my brother right here. Y'all may know him as Nemo Sum. I know him as I'ma hug you one day soon.
Yes,
If you
sir.
could bless us with some words, man, we'd appreciate
Yeah.
it.
It's wonderful to be here. Incredible poetry tonight. I have 2 microtriptychs. This is the first. Sometimes the last line of defense has already surrendered. Pulling the wire doesn't stop the train. The lifeboat doesn't float. And the net just isn't there. I find my pill case today isn't empty, and suddenly the day makes sense. I can never stray too far from my medicine because it changes who I am. My personality, the one I want, comes in a handful of little shapes and sizes with nonsensical numbers neatly printed that must mean something to someone who isn't here. I'm bound to this piece of plastic labeled with the days of the week so I don't forget what it takes to be me every day. I'm the paper warrior, and I fight the wind. No matter how many times I get blown down, I get back up to be blown down again. I don't think of myself as weak, maybe brave, determined. I hope that I'm not a fool to keep fighting, but it's possible. I'm the paper warrior, and I fight the wind. And this is the second. When my mind is fucked, and my wife has to send a perfect stranger to pick me up from riding the lightning, I'm sitting in my wheelie chair, and all I can see are the muscles standing out on this man's arm. And I know it's only a matter of time before I vomit on someone. And that's when I realize that I'm crossing over from the bad place to the good place, because that's what they said would be there on the other side of the lightning. And of course, it's gonna burn, because that's what lightning does when it purifies. My bad brain is getting better, because that's what it's supposed to do when it rides the lightning. For my wickedness, I labored in rooms full of rotting boxes that couldn't be sorted, stacks of moldering paper that couldn't be moved, and the fetid smell of fresh shame mixing with the old. I wonder if I will ever be strong enough to divert a river through my heart, to wash away the filth and end these wretched thoughts, so I can start again, clean. I crawl to the top of this pile of dead and dying thoughts and howl into the darkness. I will not be taken. Thank you.
Ooh, Nemo, those ones were fucking powerful, son. Bringing that thunder and lightning for Elemental. Yo, Nemo, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, we
Everyone,
love
unmute and
you.
give it up for Nemo Sum.
Wow.
Y'all see why I love them so much, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely
Yeah. Nemo.
a treat. Woo.
That
Thank you
Hey,
very
hey,
is
much.
one of the best
Megas, we should feature him.
microtriptychs in the business. Believe it.
And we should definitely feature Nemo soon.
Yeah, we should definitely feature him.
Yeah, we did that back in May, was it April?
All right, for y'all that don't know, Nemo did a dope ass feature for us, and Magus was there, but he had smoked a lot of marijuana that night, and But the next week, it was like a week or two later, at like right after Nemo's feature, it was like the next week or the second week after. Uh, after
2
the
weeks.
show, like
2 weeks.
fucking makes sense. Yeah. Oh, it was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks. Okay. Megan sends me a message just like, man, fucking Nemo Sum is like sick. We should feature him, bro. And I was like, yeah, we should, huh? It was like, bro, you were fucking there, man.
I'm a
He's like,
stoner.
holy
I
fuck,
admit
I
it.
wasn't it?
I'm
So
a
it's an
stoner.
inside
I
joke
admit it.
between me, Nemo, my wife, and Gustav that, oh man, Nemo was dope, man. We should feature him. Like every time Nemo spits, we're like, man, that was good. We should feature him. Which we will refeat him one day. We got a lot of features coming up, and we got some coming into the next year and stuff. Like, I want to give everyone their moment to shine, their night. But I also like giving to everybody too. And we got Mania Rosen just showed up. I'm adding you to the list for sure because we definitely want you up in here for sure. You're added on to the list here. And so coming up next, Nemo, thank you so much. Did I let y'all unmute and give it up for him?
Yeah. Yep.
I got a little
I got
hot
my
tonight.
off.
Someone handed me a
Thank
joint.
you.
Okay. Okay, good. All right, so they come so they coming up next. We've got I want to freestyle his intros every time, man. Yep. Every riddle of rhyme that passes through that I call Poetastic that lives on. He is fantastic with his rhyme, always on point, never on time for a bad rhyme, always showing up to lunch with lines to punch like punchlines. Everybody, let's give it up for Poetastic.
Woo, because you made it.
I hope you
Woo!
like
Oh
that
yeah,
little
fantastic. Man.
freestyle.
Woo!
Woo!
This
Yeah.
was amazing. Thank you, brother Elemen2al. Your words come in tenfold. Woo! The energy that we all need to behold. Woo! Hello, my name is Poetastic for Phynne Fantastic. Please give me time to enjoy my rhyme for awful sublime. I got two pieces, so you know I'm gonna rhyme. My first piece is called My Brother. My brother, you're never alone. Your tools are with me. Don't make it full of iron and stone. Be plentiful, balanced, and free. My brother, stay healthy and strong. Keep building your tree. It doesn't matter how long. Make it vast, crisp, and endless like the sea. My brother, stay honest and true. Be the luminous light in the abyss. Let your word stick as white glue. Let it fuel our inner breathing wish. My brother, I know life isn't so kind. It's rough. Doesn't mean you have to be. Help us spot the annoying landmines. Give us a new lens in order to help us live and see. My brother, be the shade for the blazing sun. Build us land to stand on. Tell us to use our tools instead of guns. Help nurture our minds and bodies to stay strong. My brother, surpass your limits to break the glass ceiling. Give us wings to live, strive, and fly. Teach us more than mindless killings. Give us stepping stones to be more than just a guy. My brother, I love you, even if I don't know your name. Right now, I'm a part of you. No, don't think that way or be ashamed. I trust you. You know what to say and do. Thank you. And I got another one. This is called Dream On. Dream on to dream on to catch your planet. Live on to shine your light. Walk on to taste the sun.
Brother,
Run
I
on
like
to
to
feel your core. Fly on to hug the clouds. See on to grasp your horizons. Hear on to sense the chimes. Fly on to expand the freedom. Crawl on to hug the earth. Wander on to build the sea. Search on to touch the gold. Play on to wake the creatures. Hate on to feel the storms. Cry on to sink the oceans. Fight on to hold the lightning. Sing on to control the clouds. Speak on to call the flames. Dance on to shake the lands. Sleep on to travel the cosmos. Think on to absorb the skies. Love on to shape the stars. Go on to ride the tides. Thank you.
Yeah. Woo.
My brother Ed,
Ed!
fantastic. Ron's fantastic.
Poetastic.
Oh, love it every time, man. Yo, and then
Okay, that poem was on. Okay, that was
yeah.
cool.
Hey, but not only does he come with like dope ass light, fun, like enlightening poetry like that, on Thursday nights, man, y'all gotta go check him out on New Yo, cause on Thursday, whoo boy, he gets you sweating up a storm. He's got some erotic poetry that's just on point, and that's Ed Flametastic. He's showing up as Poetastic tonight. You know what I'm saying? We keeping it respectful. We got some older folk in here and whatnot. You know, but on Thursday nights, y'all gotta go check this man out on New Yo, hosted by Ray Jane, who will be featuring for us as well on August 11th. So, yeah.
Well, if you want something hot, I can come again on the second spot.
Oh yeah, round two. Hey, stay around. Round two is gonna get your panties wet.
Stop it. Oh, Jesus.
All right, so coming up next, we have another amazing poet, um, Dane. He's gonna be featuring for us too, coming up here soon.
So Dane, never mind, your headphones are
Dane,
on. Doing my...
can you hear me? Yeah, we got Dane Ince coming up next, and he's gonna be featuring for us soon here too. I forget the dates. I had them all written on a piece of paper. My wife's like, you need to make like a digital copy of it. So I'll let you know in a second here. We got Dane August 4th. So yeah, 804. I look forward to Dane Ince. If you can unmute yourself, Dane, and bless us with some words, we would appreciate it, brother.
Thank you. After this first piece, all the rest of them are form pieces, but the first one is an informal form. Who's going to fix that broken stool? A fable as old as Phoenician sea songs. Now we come under Roman rule, long time coming. Some time when we went wrong, we were too broken to fix. I'm just listening for the whisper on your lips. Never gonna fix this wish for sea snails die, flags fly of purple and gold. This old crow sitting on a pole told me to get a hold of myself. She's waiting for our love to unfold. Who's gonna fix that broken stool? All the tools rusted. We're losing the light. I wonder if tonight you're gonna be my baby. We're gonna use the rubble to build a bridge. We're digging up the bodies of all those who lost, who were sold into slavery, subsequently under the spell of scholars buried here, convert this island to a peninsula where the masterpiece is waiting in the bedroom of the roofless gray house out back, cascade of broken things left there in the Tolman. We can roll this rock off our hearts. The graveyard is a pasture. Just picture the forest all around. The sea salt stays in the sand. We know where romance is found. Imaginary Italy will do. Soon we will be writing love poems in French, watching Big Sur redwood sway over campfire whispers, setting sun, air fresh on our bakery tongues, the sucking gurgle slurp of sea salt sliding over serpentine, slough off giant cliffs now, rubble footrests for this fast car earth. The merchant oligarchy was husband to a notorious wife. In this life, we sleep under stars. This blanket twinkles through redwood branches. Poppy colored hair, dreaming is flower blooming, braiding, big blue sky embrace. Bright woman tapestry warms, loom of hearts in tangled vines. Before the world ends, tangled thighs we slide out of a dream, held kissing, pulse quickens, nibble on lips. Come wrap me in your poppies. If I do this right, it'll leave you hot, thirsty, dewy petals wide. Me, you think, touching yourself, lit passion burning bright night. Love, like sea songs, wash over me, warm, kissing, love words command me, build this solid castle strong, sailing ships tall in our bay, like water washes. I will drown myself in you, baptize my passion, tropical raining from your lips, bliss, desert, searing, hot kiss. I dream of your lips, standing close to you, teasing, come here and keep on coming, artfully stroking, kissing, long ride, river, tongue, licking, to be your big dick, your wet pussy quivering, to lick your doorbell, feel it ringing, open wide, delivery man waiting, glorious morning, blooming into dreams of us. I send you this kiss warm.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Dane, your mic, I don't know if you covered it somehow, but we can't hear you. So if you can go back a couple lines and it's still kind of quiet. I don't know if there's something maybe covering your mic or so. It sounds like you were coming in clear and then all of a sudden it got muffled. And we want to hear this. We are all in it. I feel like by me saying, "Hey, you should bring some eroticism," like I coaxed Dane into this, so I could take partial credit for this amazing poem that we're hearing right now because I was like, we need to hear some sensuality. But yeah, Dane, give us some mic. It's still
Now what's going on
there,
now? Okay.
right there.
I
There
don't
you
know.
go.
The thing is, I don't know what it does.
Whatever you did there, you fixed it. So if
Okay,
you could go back a couple lines.
stops and starts. It stops and starts, and I have no idea why. I want you to come again and again. Come more. Delivery here. Sign for it with wet nipples. Spray milk all over my face. We walk cliffs. Look down at the ocean sunset. You blossom, you rose. My glove hand fits yours fine. Your petals open to tongue. Call you my woman. Kiss your breast and all the rest. Touching each other. Love behind camellias. Tender dancing all night. We could be heroes tomorrow, dreaming swan-like, a word at a time, shimmer, water, kissing lips like ships sinking into fog. Emerald goddess, our faces life-worn, lovely still, sitting here, seaside, fresh hearts journey to new days, butterfly wings stir hurricanes, memorizing love. I remember you looking, sea, swimming in us, lovely hazel eyes gazing into our ocean, hoping how you look at me. The kiss of words from your lips leaves me wanting you right now, navigating gravity, waiting brings a sweet longing. Tell me what you want. I love to listen to you, delightfully free, sensually desiring you near me, closely loving, waiting for the day, sweet and tempting delights, the sunshine in you, warming, hoping, adoring, tango flowers in my dream, in this hurricane. Look around and see you smile, beckon me ashore, deep inside your warm port eyes, my hands harbor, shelter us. The skin is longing, forged in blush from your hot lips, lines on road maps where lush figures singing our aria, roar, big sur, sea glass beach. Our mythology. Crow flew, dawn light, liminal, long ago, love lost, waiting. This song story is mythical. Red hair, long poppy flaming. 1966 song heroine walks in green dales of fairies, release us from this quarantine. Lips speak, sweet love, lush berries. Sparkle, her eyes perceiving, ears hearing sorrows worldly, lift us out to believing, wounds sewn up, held, loved, lovely, lively. Namaste, Mercedes, soul, heart, grace, and whimsical, love like isles of Cyclades, crows flew, dawn light liminal, glorious morning, blooming into dreams of us. I send you this kiss, warm rose on cheek, on my chest, holding you, holding each other close, dear. Love like sea songs wash over me, warm kissing, love words command me, build this castle strong, sailing tall ships in our bay. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you. Ooh. Nice.
2 more months. 2 months. August 4th, we're gonna get to hear a whole feature for him, and I'm gonna keep the surprise, but it's gonna be a special feature. He's gonna do it right. So y'all make sure
Thank
y'all
you,
look at
Dane.
August 4th
Thank
for
you,
that.
Dane.
Good to hear you stretch
Everybody
out.
unmute and give it up for Dane Ince.
Woohoo,
I
Dane!
tied the
Dane.
beauty
Yeah.
of that poem
Great to hear
into
you.
Trish last night when she kicked out at the end, and I heard the two together in my heart, and I think that's beautiful.
Man, I had something planned for my round 2 poem, and that poem just made me change up what I wanted to read. Like, that's how impactful it was. I was like, oh, you just put me in a whole new mindset. Like,
Yeah, true love's a work of art. But Thomas knows that.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got true love, man. I finally found her. I had to find her. I was in South Florida and she was all the way up in Alberta, Canada. It- They separated us this time in this lifetime. They were like, nah, these two are too good together. Like we need to put them. But we believe the internet was developed just so we could find each other, And it could be a little narcissistic sounding, but can you prove me wrong? Anyways, we have another amazing poem coming up. She did a feature for us. What was it, a couple weeks ago? That was just amazing. Dominique Colding just crushed it. I'm so excited to hear what you got for us tonight. So go ahead and bless us with some words. We'd appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Thomas. Gratitude. Peace and blessings, everyone. This has been truly incredible. I'm just so grateful for this community. So tonight, I'm just going to share one piece. The title is Go Back from Whence You Came. Trepidation. Don't live here no more. Agitation? Nah, she don't live here no more. Insecurity? Nope, they don't live here no more. Guilt? Hell nah, he don't live here no more. Shame? They don't live here no more. Misfortune? She don't live here no more. Them hoes been gone, eviction noted, vacated the premises, packed up, shipped out in the dead of night, so there's few witnesses. Called a U-Haul to withdraw decades of filth and fodder. I no longer need what you have to offer. By the book of life, your stay was unlawful. So I must object to your tainted premonitions and evil ambitions. You were found guilty on all counts of feeding false hopes and attempted destruction of dreams. Attempted to satiate my hunger until I nearly burst at the seams. Soul-sucking parasites. You siphoned the life out of my emotions. Once anorexic, starved for any kind of attention and affection, no sense of direction. Used you to medicate and feed my lust of deflection. I renounce you and your pauperized projections. I rebuke your psychotic, chaotic rejections. You overstayed your welcome. No second chance. I stand 10 toes down in my stance. Go back from whence you came. I'm no longer tripping and falling for your played out games. This is what I proclaim. Scrawled and scribbled like a giant scarlet letter, I'll return you back to the sender. Thank you.
Yo, Dominique, thank you. I
Dominique,
love that last line.
yeah.
I'll send you back to the center. Everybody unmute yourself and give it
Yeah.
up for Dominique Colding.
Dominique.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dominique.
Always great to hear you. For real.
Thank you.
Come
Yeah, and
out
that
more
feature you
often.
did was dope. Yeah, we miss you. We got to see you more on Fridays. We love you. You're part of the fam, We got to see you more. We love that smile. We love them words. Like, we need more. All right, we're gonna keep this thing rolling on. I do believe we have Principe coming up next. I just posted the list there. Yep. Oh yeah. We got Principe coming up next. Principe, if you guys aren't following them on Instagram, y'all need to follow them on Instagram. Always posting out dope poetry, videos like all the time. Like I love following you on Instagram because I get like just inspiration every day. And so yeah, drop the link in there, um, and bless us with some words. We'd appreciate it.
This poem is called Being Present is the Highest Reward. Every day, I desire to live in the moment. Yet sometimes I'm distracted by the external noise. Don't get lost in the loudness of the world. Being present is the highest reward. What you do is up to you. Either go Drake, better known as do right and kill everything in sight. Let's maintain the presence in your consciousness. And for me, the constant battle of being present is ongoing, forever flowing in the awareness of my surroundings. Being present is the highest reward.
Yo, Principe, what? So dope, so deep, man. I love your words. Like,
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you for coming out too and being part of the Open Minds family, man. We love you every time you come out. Like, the- uh, it's so great to hear from you. Everybody unmute and give it up for Principe.
Principe, yeah. Woohoo!
Do right and kill everything. Do right and kill everything. Drake. I love
Right?
the reference. I love that reference.
So dope. And if y'all ain't following them on Instagram, y'all need to follow them on Instagram. I'll post a link, you post a link, someone post a link, like y'all need to get on it. Beautiful fucking poetry. We're gonna keep this thing rolling now. And coming up next, we've got the channel poet. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, Scribbles is in the house. We got Kristi. If you could unmute yourself and bless us with some words, we would appreciate it, sister.
What up? Hi, I've been listening to you all while I pack, so it's been lovely. Yeah, okay, so the world pissed me the fuck off today, but I thought about writing poetry and I'm like, no, I'm gonna honor my friend, so this is for him. Here we go. "21 years. The tables have turned me under and over and under. And somehow 21 years have gone by, have flown by, have swam by. And I still have a tear in the corner of my eye that sits and waits to drop for you, Pete. It always sits in the one corner, waiting for its moment, waiting for its entrance. It stands poised to jump and slide out of my eye and down my cheek and onto my nose. And like a sweet red rose that reminds you of a memory, they all sit and wait for me to call them onto the stage, into my heart, racing into my mind, into the spotlight. And in the passing of the time, they don't hurt as much. Who am I kidding? They do hurt as fucking much. I am just somehow a little distant from her, from that Kristi, 22-year-old me. 21 years ago, 22-year-old me. 21 years ago, 22-year-old me. These numbers seem to blur into my sockets, and I am instantly taken into a basketball court inside my sanctuary space, my meditation place, and I see him there. I see him there with a ball, his energy tall, although I can't quite make out his features. I know it is him because I would know that energy signature anywhere, and I feel him smile. And he tosses me the ball, and my heart opens. And a smile, I haven't smiled in 21 years. And we shoot and we run. And he is wearing those shorts, the basketball shorts, way past his knees. And he has the coolest sneakers on, and a jersey. And we play and we shoot and we block and we rebound and box out. And the years melt away. And we just shoot and laugh and play. And the dribbling is the conversation and the defense is the language. I forgot how hard it is to play basketball with a 6'5" person trying to defend those shots. Impossible. But somehow here, I can jump higher and I can finally block his shots. And this makes me excited, and we both laugh at the even playing field here, and we get real competitive, and we both want to win. So we ball it up for what seems like an hour. And then we sit by the fire in the garden and we have tea. And he tells me how amazing it is to see me and how happy I seem. And he tells me how proud he is of me and how he can't believe that I wrote a book. And he reminds me of how I always talked about that and how fucking cool it is that I made that happen. But he also reminds me of how much more I will do, I can do. And he wants me to remember her, that part of that 22-year-old Kristi, that passionate West Virginia girl who never backed down and wanted to help the fucking world. He tells me to activate that part of me and connect with that energy, and we sit in the breeze under the trees as we both think of her. 21 years ago, 22-year-old me. 21 years ago, 22-year-old me. And the wind shifts, and the trees shake a little, and Pete sits down the wall beside me, and I know it's time, but I don't want him to go yet. I don't want him to leave. But he just gives me this inquisitive look like he doesn't understand. And I tell him I miss him, that I am sad and it is hard. And he just nods and he says he doesn't understand. But he reminds me that this basketball place is always here and we can always play and we will always be together. And I nod with tears running down my face, my ugly cry with snot and everything. And he says, Kristi, look around you at what you have, of where you are, of what you have healed, of what you have done. Now it is time to focus on some fun and life and happiness and experiences and living. Focus on living, and you will live a good life. And as we embrace into hugs, I remember how it feels to be hugged by him. He tilts my head by the chin and he says, Kristi, live and let live. And please forgive yourself wholly. It is time to release it from inside. Now just let it go and enjoy the ride and know I'm here whenever you need a quick one-on-one or a little game of horse or a little reminder of what a kick-ass person you are and you were and you will become. So remember to have some fun, play basketball and write and laugh and experience the world around you. And now it is time and that I am going to go. But I am here whenever you need me. So I say my goodbyes with that tear in my eye, the one that sits always in the corner. And I laugh as I walk away, as I remember the feelings of her. That version, that girl, those people, those memories, those places, and my heart is full. And I send a hug to her, that 22-year-old me, as I yell goodbye over my shoulder. See you soon, Pete. See you soon. 21-year-old me, 22 years ago. 21-year-old me, 22 years ago. Thank you.
Wow,
Whew.
Kristi, that was so deep. Yeah, that
Whoa.
tear line too was reminding me of last night, where Ray James said, I tell my patients, what do you think the tear ducts were made for? And like, it's okay to cry. Like, we have them for a reason, you know? And if there's that tear lingering, like, it's good to let that 21-year-old you 22 years ago know that you're gonna be sitting in a cool ass room full of cool ass people, having a wonderful time on a Friday night. And we all love you so much.
Yeah,
Everybody
Kristi.
unmute and give love for Kristi Scribbles.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kristi.
Yeah, that piece was great.
Wow.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Dope, Scribbles, super dope. Appreciate you for sharing that.
For sure. Thank you so much. If they're still in the room, yep. Mercedes is up next. And Mercedes, is this your first time at Open Minds Open Mic? I don't know if you've been here before. Mercedes, is you there? I see you in the room still. There you
I'm not
are.
reading. I'm not reading anything.
Oh, you were just here to watch?
I'm just listening. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Well, if you ever want to, or if you feel inspired to read later on, just let me know. We'll get on that list.
Okay, thank you.
You have a spot always here at Open Minds Open Mic. And then Maddie was gonna read. There was someone new too, but they seem to have left. So we're gonna go on to my boy Messiah Payne. We still work. I think we did. We get the date worked out for your feature, bro. I can't remember. Let me check it. I think we did.
I think it's on in October.
Yep, October 6th. So the first week of October, we got this man right here, Messiah Payne, another New Yo favorite. Like, yo, this man right here. Whew. Hey, you an old soul. I know you had lived through many lifetimes. I love the mythology that you bring, the wisdom you bring to your poetry, the words you use, and the way you choose to use them. Like I honestly, I look up to you as like inspiration and as guidance even. Like I catch wisdom from every time you spit a poem. Like I'll catch another little piece of wisdom or thought or something that just makes me a better person. So I apologize to y'all, but Messiah Payne is about to enlighten y'all a bit. So yeah, if you could bless us with some words, brother, we'd appreciate it.
Okay, so I have 3 short ones. The first is called Palpitations. Without origin, subtle like a heartbeat, a universe is born, where salvation is an edict of transparency, honest lucidity, surrender to presence that falls into place, the phrasing of one's life into charged liturgy, a cresting word inducting a sound of the immemorial or eternity's echo. What has been, what will be, what always will be, and what appears never will be, are the smallest reflections in time of God's prostrating meditation on life, penetrating the solitude of divine thusness. The serenity of God's extension of reticent power marks our minds, demanding wholeness. A thought, aeons in the making, birthed from a mediation between psyche and emptiness, where God is psyche's emanation and beauty materializes like an effulgent lily, as impermanent yet profound as a baby's breath, finite on the eve of darkness, warm and inviting. A miracle of light supplants the blindness of the primordial beast. Do you see? A florid miracle of invention, necessity, as tacitly scintillating, as full, restorative, and secretive as an anima. Where will it all go? A microcosm of a universe dissolving into what? From where there is no beginning, so shall there be no end. In perpetuity, our eternity drags on, silent and necessary as blood. For when we meet on the isle of creation, dissolute, thriving on metaphor, we must ask, what is our universe, if not a symbol for the potential of life? Even if it suggests life beyond what we know or can ever know. Creation asks that we adjourn together again and again at the port of transmigration and remember our brittle states under the force of timelessness. Where does this cycle go? Why this cycle if God commands that either we meet in heaven or suffer in hell? We have no touch on the pulse of the infinite. If God exists, then so must infinity. And where there is the infinite, there is a price of ignorance. In knowledge circumscribed to transience, the eternal will not shatter, though it is received in fragments. Mortality chafes against its limits. And here's the second one.
Whoa, hold on. I tried to fucking warn y'all. You about to get enlightened, son. Yo, some of them lines in there, boy. I fucking love you, Messiah, brother. Keep it going, man.
Thank you. So the second one is called I Await You on the Edge of Time. Beloved, let us hope you do not struggle to find me striking hours past midnight on a universal clock while time surrenders, slipping from my mind when your etheric body will reveal like an ocean sweeping the shore, a sacred madness, inciting divine ardor. To remain remote in your belief that I have left you will preclude meeting me, waiting patiently for your mind to bloom into me, your effulgent sun born into my unsettled galaxy, your soul leaping into my breath like inhaling the scent of royal cinnamon. Do not ignore that your emotion implores me. In the way feeling conquers the body, your emotion is the bridge between my being, as sacred and profane, and the twilight's end of your journey here in my arms. As I have met the force that stimulates all life, resplendent colors revising reality's face, I find a place for us of sacred moonlight and palatial wilds that generate infinitely in the image of God's unperturbed Sallas. Here I await you, where you may fall in love again with the man I was, a shadow, the being I implore, a universal soul, the foolish whimsy of my freedom. And when all inquiry of the world converges, I will ask you a question. When we meet again, our love will pace time immemorial and time anew. Whether in life or death, or an exact balance of both, as the world turns, we invite Eden from earth to eternity in the forge of love's holy promise, blessing me with a kiss, mortality transfigured in the boon of ripened affection and undisturbed gratitude, your integral beauty as intoxicating as forever leans longest. Come in contours rhythmically bonded to your perspective's evening, the dawn of your life as it begins again, thrusting ahead where time was merely a dream alighting perception as we arrive together, gravitation of the ecstatic. And here's the final one.
Oh, shit.
It's called Where Words Cannot Go. A poet's instinct belies resistance to sacred certitude, a double-binded longing for grace, arrested in the elusive impression of connection with the ineffable. The language of the poet corrodes imminent expression of a divine song, masticated in consonance by subconscious gravity. The poet's meaning is the beauty of the word, grasping allusion to states beyond the means of clarity. We can write a feeling of the idea of God, yet in the act of writing, dialectal formality exacts cruel separation between the poet and the beloved, an obscured spiritual peak, frustrated elation at the service of creation. Perhaps in vain I use these verses to uphold what I feel is a state of being that awaits us all, so profound that word, utterance, logos would dissolve in the experience of its merest aspect. Perhaps I use these verses to describe a feeling of being close to the center of sacrality, despite my language, where life is as finally simple as its mirages are complex. I'd like to believe that with words we stabilize on the edge of a deeper knowing, a knowing as serendipitous as it is fragile, as sublime as it is harrowing. No words can describe this form. Pronounced in the spirit of truth, it is inconceivable. A language only a liberated soul can countenance. For mastery of mind comes when the word need not circumscribe knowledge, and the natural luminescence of life shatters the concept, to write instead with the tools of light in the open book of being, where on the last page it reads, and life has only just begun. Thanks.
Yo, thank you, my good sir. I gotta say two things real quick. I'm a little upset. I gotta wait 3 months for your feature, right? Because it's October 6th. So I'm a little upset it's like 3 months away, but I hope you show up every Friday. And I also want to comment on, if y'all look at the TV screen behind him, it's blue screen, no signal. And this man is spitting so much dope knowledge. And I don't know if you did that intentionally, but like, it's a little added touch, right? He got the TV with the no signal behind it, and he's like spitting hella truth and knowledge, man. So everybody unmute yourself and give many thanks to Messiah Payne.
Messiah, can't wait to see you.
Great to see you too, guys.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Messiah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was awesome. Cat's just different, man. For real. He's just different.
He ain't different. He been here a lot longer than all of us. And he just keeps getting reborn and coming with new poetry, new wisdom, new knowledge, and like, yo, he's enlightening us for every poem he gonna spit, and I appreciate you for that, man. And oh, I got the chills. We're gonna keep this thing rolling though. Coming up next, we have PoetikDesire. I've seen and heard you so many times, but I think it's only been at New York. Is this your first time here at Open Minds?
Yes, my first time at yours. Yes.
Oh
Been
snap!
meaning to check
Everybody
it out.
unmute.
I was like, okay, let me
Unmute
come on
yourself.
out.
Unmute yourselves right now and give a big open mind, open heart, open arms. Welcome to Poetic Desire.
Welcome
Welcome.
on.
Welcome to Open Mind.
Smelling faces and some new ones.
Yeah.
So be out here.
You know what it
New
is.
shit.
Come on.
On top of that, we know we got new shit coming.
Yeah, it had to come
listen.
out. Elemental was featuring. We don't hear him very often, right?
That's
That's why I
right.
love featuring him here at this space, man. That's why and Elemental, thanks for influencing her to come, because I love Poetic Desire and I've been trying to get her here.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Okay.
Bless us with some
Well,
words, please.
I asked about a time limit, so you're going to get a poem I don't get to share very often in some places. So this one was inspired because it was during the April, month of poetry and everything, and someone said, write from a sidewalk's perspective. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I read hers and I'm like, okay, how am I going to spin this differently without like copying your lines? But I came up with something, so we'll see what y'all think. This is called The Sidewalk That Never Ends. I am as flat as Columbus thought the world to be. Smooth 2D finish, barely a 3D image, though full of squares. Don't call me old-fashioned, a simply boring square. I'm actually considered quite edgy, always on the edge, looking like a ledge that rests down low. My shape contorts from wide to narrow. I only get bent out of shape, damaged superficial surface when drunkenly jackhammered, ruptured skin breaks and bulges where seeded growth cultivates from within, grass growing through my cracks, seeking creation to make me source of a concrete jungle. Is the grass greener on one or all of my sides? Do unwanted weeds surround me, or do beautiful blossoms fragrance my open windowed view? I wait for what seems like forever, an answer for someone to care enough to afford to pluck these expendable weeds, be dependable, indispensable to prepare my character flaws, be constructed, molded, made new again. Occasionally, I sport a curvaceous figure, full of curb appeal, painted yellow, a no parking zone. Well, unless you are a Jeep, and I am your only source of rebellious hijinks to ride your four wheels over my curves, be your cityscape rock climbing adventure, come lay your hard rubber treads all over me as I sneak a peek at your lifted undercarriage until emergency teams are dispatched, for you lingered too long, gaspingly took my breath away. Thrilling excitement fills my atmosphere. It's a party up in here now, with sirens and flashing disco lights. The party is short-lived, leaving me littered with trash and forgotten items. Scattered rocks attack me or become deeply embedded, a lasting impression tainting my once perfect appearance. Am I now caught between a rock and a hard place? For I am walked all over, never taken seriously, supposed to rest in peace, put in my place as a doormat, just cemented in concrete fact of concrete evidence of my existence, yet I cannot express my experiences and views of all who step through me, upon me, on me, ignoring that I even exist except as your gravitational pull that supports your every step through life. Please try not to crack me with broken promises, because don't forget how you made me accomplice, became source of marching movements, those who walked alongside me to take a stand. Am I now part of an eventful historical remembrance? Whom else shall seek to leave the remembered mark, chalk upon me talk of their imagined visions, etched in colorful depictions? Who else shall seek to include me playfully with schoolyard games, jump rope rhymers, frog jumpers and hopscotchers, stomping step dance cadencers, beats and rhythm, giving vibrational feelings? I must be so appealing. This wallflower turned 90 degrees, gets so hot in the sun. I'm popular. I'm a hit. I'm the foundation to everyone's groove, feeling cooling sensations doused in flows of water guns and water balloon fights, of lively, mischievous, sociable interactions. Do I get to hear laughter of kids playing? Do I get to hear sweet baby coos, or do cries echo when I'm the cause of someone's boo-boos? From those who skip and trip and fall flat upon me, am I greeted face first with their drooling mouths, or am I doggedly greeted butt first, smelling gaseous reliefs or dirty accidents made in one's pants? Hello? Not quite the hellos I seek, like dogs who run loose, leaving me stained with yellowed blemishes and brown streaks. What's that I hear? Is winter now near? Snow shovels scraping like fingernails on a chalkboard, clearing off my cold demeanor, my Jack Frost impersonated exterior. My path crosses through every season. But what kind of path do you desire of me? Am I fenced off, closed off, denied access for you to follow me? Or am I open to all, on call? Don't stall. Come join me all day long. See where our paths lead until the sun goes down, hoping nothing goes wrong, that I still belong, able to perfectly read intentions of those I meet. For when streetlights come on, all go home, except those who walk upon me with dangerous intents on a path to those unknowing of their unexpected visitor, scattering bloodstains upon my grayed exterior, infecting me with disease. I can't be disinfected. I'm affected by those careless with disregard for the man-made pieces of this world. Why have consideration of me, other than to be a smoother path to follow upon than to ride or walk upon bumpy, grassy hills, not to chance diverting into streets to be run over by cars, yet watch out for bicyclists who may swipe you from afar. How often do I have to lay here, lonely, waiting for company to grace my opened, hopefully inviting appearance? Do you think I'm neighborly, or am I too businessy? Can I transform and be both? Be your wanted embellishment, or am I stuck where I am? No choice to be who I want to be, for I am who made me to be me. I am who others influence me to be by their own intended or unintended actions. I am me, a sidewalk that hopes to never end. I want to be that book of poetry, a canvas of literary expressions. Come, draw upon me, artful depictions of images you imagine. Come, write upon me your poignant, thoughtful expressions. Come, lead with me upon a path of exploration. Don't be square. Live life on the edge. Stay on my side. Let's take a walk.
Ooh, yo, welcome to Open Minds, Poetic
Yeah.
Desire.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Holy shit.
You
Yeah.
took that prompt
Thank
and
you.
like fucked it up, bro. And with the metaphors
Killed it.
too of like what it would be like you, I believe you might secretly be a sidewalk, right? Like you're
Yeah.
speaking for,
That-
like that was
Took a
fucking
moment
good, right?
there.
That was, yeah, like that was
That's-
amazing.
That's amazing. I've written a poem that flipped that whole script and told the other side of the story, but I've
Oh,
never
about walking on the sidewalk? Yeah, yeah.
not
From the
letting,
perspective
about
of the
not letting
sidewalk.
people walk on you.
Yeah, when I
Wow.
was thinking about it, I was out and about. I was at work. I was wherever. I'm looking at
And
the
like-
sidewalks, looking at the surroundings. I'm like, okay, what can I jot down this note, jot down that? I see how you flipped it.
It's good.
Yeah. Oh, it was so good.
I love it.
And
There's
I
no-
love the art behind you, by the way.
Yeah, there's
thank
no
you.
one way.
You're
Yeah.
killing us less nebulous over there. I
We
love it.
compliment each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody, give her some more love. She deserves it.
Much love.
And welcome to Open Minds, Open
Yes,
Mic. And we hope
Welcome
to
to
see you here
Open
every Friday
Minds,
night.
Poetic Desire. Yeah. Got to come back.
Beautiful Friday night.
Woohoo!
Definitely
Yes.
try when I can.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much for that piece. Thanks for coming
You're
out tonight.
welcome.
Another kind of a newcomer, but a new stayer is like when people come in, sometimes they're like, man, this is a cool, and they never leave, and I can't get rid of them. But you know what? I love every last one of them. And this man right here is one of my spirit animals, like straight up. Like he's got the chillest, coolest vibe. Like, his poetry is amazing, but even just like chat with him and just being around that vibe he's got is amazing. And has his own open mic, right? That you guys do the garage posts and stuff. Been doing it for years and years. Been around in the poetry scene. I absolutely love you, Jeff. If you could unmute yourself and bless me with some word, or bless all of us, not just me, all of us. I was getting greedy there. I just love this man so much. Jeff, if you could bless us with some words, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you for bringing the space, and thanks Shocky's not here, but thank Shocky for opening me up to this space and let me know about it. And you all coming over for Shocky's feature at the Garage Poets. That was an awesome night, and I definitely love coming back to this place. So thank you, Thomas. I get something kind of new here. It's like kind of old but new all at the same time because I kind of did something new to it. But it's called Your Neighbor's Yard. When I asked Ari to marry me, she was mid-shit thumbing a stack of bills I thought was a tarot deck. She turned over the wheel of fortune and I became the magician. The week before, as we walked home from the store, I had tried to convince her to have sex with me in our neighbor's yard. What a provider I am, baby. Crabgrass and pebbles up your ass. You refused, told me I was dirty, complained about being horny while looking at me like you wanted me to fuck you on your neighbor's lawn. 3 cruisers flew by, sirens racing, protecting, serving. A cat came out of the yard with a pigeon in her mouth, trying to tell me something I couldn't understand. That was like a couple poems I had put together.
I love it. 3 squad cars come rolling up, protecting, serving. Like, I used to always make fun of that shit too, and because it says on the side to protect and serve, and I'm like, who the fuck are you protecting and serving but your own greedy ass? Is like,
Not me then.
yeah, I ain't never seen no protection or service come for those motherfuckers, but. So Jeff, man, thanks for coming through. I hope you stick around for round 2. We hanging
I'll
out.
be
It's
around.
Friday night, you know what I mean? So yeah, let's keep this thing
I'm in the
rolling. We still got
garage.
some. Yeah, in the garage poet over there, kicking it with us. Thank you so much for that blessing. Coming up next, we have someone who's staring at their phone, probably lining up a good song or something for us here. This man says that he's not a musician, but I'm pretty sure that I've heard him play some music and sing and with dope lyrics. And so I think we can all agree, Elemental, back me up on this one, that he can no longer say that he's not a musician. That ends tonight, right here, tonight. No more. Elemental, you got my back on that? Yeah. You a
I
musician.
agree. He's written too many songs and sang to say he's not a musician.
He's like, oh, I never studied the piano or nothing. Like, so some of the best musicians ever, like, though I've never studied words and I know how to put some of them together. Like,
right?
You a musician. So it ends here now tonight. So you have to now introduce yourself as a musician and a poet.
Okay, I got some stubborn blood going on. I'll probably go with I'm a lyric writer. Can I get away for it? I got to segue into this, man.
All right. Do it, man. Do it up.
I was gonna read, but with that intro. So I'm gonna do the same one I did last night because I think every time I do it, it's a little different. And believe it or not, when you do a song and you record and it's being recorded, it's really hard to go through the whole thing without at least a note fucking up.
Yeah.
It's not easy to go through the whole
Well, that's
thing.
why I say too, man. I love hearing people's pieces over and over again because if they're good, like I listen to some of my favorite songs 2-3 times a day. You know, if it's good, it's good. We want to hear it.
I'm going to dedicate this to Mr. Nintz there and Patricia from last night because some mad love came back from it. I think I will not die today, although I just may melt away into a dream that's here to say, love, stay, and I'll stay with you. I think I will not die today, although I just may cry today, and yes, my tears may fall to see love freed from all the harmful thoughts I made. I think I will not die today. Then doubt itself throws choice my way, yet it's as simple as you being here, and no one can ever own love. Oh no, I think I will not die today. As I go through no love with just my face on a stage, as bare as no one's here, where there's no reason left to leave my life. Oh, I think I will not die today. I had no idea joy could feel this way. No idea alone could fill the air while every exhale gives voice to there is no one missing. I think I will not die today. And fear exposed just runs away, and nothing lonely fills my heart, and all I hear is laughter. Lift life up. Oh, I think I will not die today. I think I will not die today. Though I just may melt away into a dream that's here to say, love, stay, and I'll stay with you.
Why, you a musician? Is it? It's settled.
It's all your fault.
So much for this.
It's all your fault. Open Mind's new row, Elemental. I'm blaming your ass.
Well, I blame Phynne Belle for inspiring me and getting me on this track and really pushing it. So you can't blame it on me. You gotta push the blame to Phynne there. So
Blame went down. No. I got too many songs with no blame in it, so I gotta take that shit back.
yeah. Hey everyone, unmute yourselves real quick and give it up for CC arshagra.
Thank you, Cece. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Encore.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Love that
yeah.
one.
Yeah, mad love to Kittay
Love
too.
it.
She
Buy art because it's good more than once, you know.
Kittay, you deserve some
Yeah, you
dedication.
inspired her last
Yeah,
night.
last night.
She was almost not read, but then it was something you said.
Yeah, your piece that you closed with was like another, so
Mhm.
huge props on you on that one.
Yeah,
So,
big shout out to Kittay. Thank you for being here.
Thank you,
We
Kittay.
love you. Thank you for surviving that accident. Like, I'd like to think it was all of our
Right,
positive
right.
vibes that we throw at you every week. Like, they blocked and absorbed you, right? You just surrounded by love by all these people from around the world. So, yeah, we appreciate you. Coming up next, we got Mania Rosen. CP brought this in the other week and he blew my mind. Yo, you brought a few other people too that was just incredible, all of them. And thank you for being here, Mania. If you could unmute yourself and bless
Oh
us
shit!
with some
Before she
words,
starts
brother,
going, I gotta let everyone know. Can I slip something in here? Can
Yeah,
I
go
slip
ahead.
something in? Yeah, so next week, the Stone Soup Poets, one of the oldest poetry readings in the nation, 50 years running, asked me to guest host. And Paul Skiff, who's here, is going to feature on that. So drop arshagra
Post the
email.
info in the chat, please.
I'll put it in the chat, but I just want to let him know because Paul's here, and I know he blows everyone's mind. He did an amazing feature here that killed everyone.
Yeah.
He's
Oh gosh.
going to do something Wednesday at 7, and I'll put it in the chat. And thank you, and then I apologize for the interruption.
Yeah.
Big love for Paul
No
for
problem.
saying it.
We all want to hear that. Paul Skiff. Oh, I'm excited for that. Love you, Skiff. I'm excited for that. But yeah, Mania Rosen, if you can come on up in here, unmute yourself and bless us with some words, we would appreciate it, brother. And welcome back to Open Minds, man. We got to see you here more Fridays. Thanks for coming through.
Okay, are we unmuted? All right. Actually, I had already signed off for the night because my wife just got home. But This particular piece is called After the Crash, and it is I guess a kind of an account of the merging of lifestyles that Maze and I encountered. So gives you a little bit of backstory on Concrete Generation and how we all got into this thing. So we'll go from there. Here we go. After the crash. Hardly living he was, if not living hardly when they met. Hard times, hard to forget. He was hard pressed, heavy stress, doing his version of his best to bleed less from his pincushion of a chest. Always manic or depressed back then, always arctic or ablaze back when time would bend between hopeless and vacant heart space. And so it was. Maybe it does make sense. By some chaotic, cosmic callus, they would crash like they did when they did, and they did crash. Nearly splitting he was, if not splitting severely when they met. Aspiring father, recovering war vet, he was speed chess and Rorschach test, a stoic mask deceptively set to camouflage the threats of his battle-dressed mentality, always casualty or insurgent back then, always damned or destined back when time would contend between stable home life and art-hungry open mics. And so it was. Surely it does stand to reason by some formula of fate they would collide like they did, and they did. Collide, if not collude. They were both who both betrayed their assigned havens to wander twilight hours alone, did so not in search of solace or sanctuary, not to seek fellowship or support. No, they were men of malady who often went AWOL to avoid discovery, to distance their internal wastelands from innocent hearts or admiring eyes, lest they be consumed by that inner abyss. It came down to this. He was Mercury and madness, hardly living. He was Mercury, metaphor and callous, nearly splitting. They were contents under pressure on their own. They were bomb threats and suicide watches in their homes, but out here, under night skies, between bottom shelf booze and the stench of cigarettes, they became abstract salvation. Out here, among shadows and city streets where clock hands have no sense of direction, they became bedrock and foundation. In the cauldron of life, they brewed a new bloodline, punctured the veins of their blank pages and bled expressions freely. Out here, beneath speaker boxes and stage lights, where demons play truth or dare and your passions play for keeps, these unhinged sins, these broken men became family. Forged in a blaze, they bonded by setting fire to their faith, by hurling wrecking balls at their belief systems. They were vandals and outlaws, unleashing hell on themselves just to see what would still be standing after the smoke and dust destruction settled. They became brothers, their code of conduct binary, both art and artillery, both poetry and pain personify. These two calamities with carnal impulses and a compulsion for catharsis, now coexisting on an island of misfit dreams. Once upon a trauma, two roaming loners lingered, one a pendulum hardly living, one a phoenix nearly splitting. They were ghost hunters then, hell bent on seeing feeling their own soul evaporate, faint and fog-like from the flat glass of their own wretched reflections. Now they are connection and creed, fortitude and channeled fury out there, out here in the ministry of midnight oil, where milk and honey are often microphones and chemical romance they found in God, in the gravity of unforeseen impact of all places here, where choir consists of 2 turntables and a mixer, and the preachers carry backpacks crammed with innovation, scriptures etched on sacred scrolls, where the benediction is a last call, and the deacons and saints wear work for lips, 2 elements hardly living, nearly splitting, were both so readily to die or so reluctant to live, became elements of change after the clash.
Whew. Hey, like he said, he left, right? And I knew he was coming up next. I sent CP a message. I was like, tell Mania to get his ass back in here because I want to hear it. And like he said, he jumped back on and oh, thank you for coming back in, dude. Thank you for blessing us with that. Everybody unmute and give this man all the love in the world because he deserves it.
Wow, I've never heard you before, man. You rock.
Awesome.
You rock hard.
Coming
Thanks
back.
for coming back.
Thank you. This poem is basically about myself and Maze when we met.
That's so dope, man. Yeah. Oh. I see it. I can see it, bro. I can see it. I don't know how both y'all are so fucking dope because y'all just feeding off each other's energy, like writing poetry. Like, oh, I wish I would have been there for it. I missed it, but we get to see it now. And we're here now together. So you better be here next Friday and the Friday after that because we love you and we want more of you. Welcome to Open Minds, brother.
I'll show up when I can. Thank you for showing up.
Appreciate you, man. Now go take care of the wifey. She's home, man. Go do what you gotta do. You gotta love on the wifey, you know. Hey. But thank you so much for sharing that with us. Oh, I'm so glad you came back for that piece, man. Like that was fucking dope, dude. And now I feel I know CP a little better too. Like that was dope, man. I appreciate that.
Maze just texted me right after she got home from the hospital after a 12-hour shift and was like, "Hey, get back." So yeah.
Hey, Hey, thanks to your wife. Hey, thank you for letting him come read that piece. Thank you so much. We love you. Open Minds loves you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right, let's keep this thing rolling. I think we got one last person on the round 1 list. Sophia Falco, who won an award on their last book, I believe, right? You got an award for that. It was so dope. So make sure you pick it up. Post the links in the chat if you can, so we can help buy that book up. That won an award is so dope, and we really want to hear what you got for us now. So if you could bless us with some words, we would appreciate it.
All right, cool. Glad to be here. This has helped lift my spirits. So I appreciate everyone and sharing and just, it's been a tough go at it, but this is a free write. I feel comfortable in this space sharing a free write. It's not done. It's just I was in this writing group and we pulled 2 tarot cards, which was interesting. One was aloneness, and then I actually got the archetype where you could make your own archetype. It was like a blank. It said light archetype, and then there's like a stop sign shape, and then shadow. So here we go. I only read it once out loud, but and it's a free write, so here we go. These shadows sway with every push of the wind back and forth like a pendulum. One end light, one end shadows. If this were a math equation, I'd be near the shadows, almost engulfed in aloneness, self-worth in question, wanting to swing free like a child at the park, believing in invincibility, taking that jump off the rubber, either fall or land and stand tall. As a poet, I illuminate, but as a human, I want to hide and seek to rid of the thought that I'm a nobody. My body is fatigued. Can I just be? But I am still here. despite the statistics. Yet I'm no mathematician. Words flow like a never-ending faucet. There are no dials for a hot or cold, yet I'm sweating and sweating, turned towards swearing. No sailor, but have to watch this mouth, clamping it down tight as time goes on. Time doesn't stop for anybody or nobody. I'm not truly alone. A few close people, but these family members cause chaos. I wish I could get a speedboat and speed out away, but still, they haunt my mind as the ghosts dance on gray matter, not dark matter. What's the matter? They wouldn't ask. Oh, you're fine. As I was drowning on land, confined to feeling the body, to being stuck in rooms, yet camping. It's not my thing. Even walking, still feeling confinement, being vigilant when perhaps there's no need for an illusion or a mirage. Where is the little prince and his rose yesterday at the golden hour? I took a picture of a fiery rose, perfect angle and momentum and time, captured then gone, just a replica of the real thing. And I don't want to look in the mirror and feel like I'm the other distance. If my mind orbited all these feelings and thoughts, it wouldn't be at the same pace as the earth, maybe the moon, the cycle, the ocean, push, pull, out, blood, womanhood. When will I will never have a child growing. I'm feeling resentful for this cycle, and I will remain on this earth. It has remained dicey without the die, and may the force wasn't with me. No thoughts of ending it, meaning being crushed by depression. Almost, you mentioned the facade broken pieces the last 2 weeks, couldn't hold down the fort, had to say some goodbyes, really not under good circumstances. My heart sank past my feet into the unknown ether, past my guts. Why I feel like throwing up is where I want to be, not down, trying desperately to climb out of this chasm, to keep my head up. I, a poet, cannot fall like the other poets who have too soon, to represent and embody something important. Why, as a human, do I not feel the same? I know receiving messages, growing up the wrong ones, etc. E.T. the alien really didn't visit Earth, but I'm alienated from my biological family, who are their own type, their own selves. Cannot change that, but trying to change the patterns in my mind. She says the body is with our emotions, but I would disagree. I feel my body and spirit are separate and in lost floating around. Please come down or rise up from the ground. I need to be whole and not tripping on the potholes in the street. That does have a name. Thank you.
Yo, Sophia.
Damn.
Yeah, so Sophia's book is doing great. Also, if you want to see a full feature, October 20th, Sophia will be featuring here on Open Minds. So we got like what, 2 months away, almost 3 months. You know, we got Sophia coming up in the mix here. So y'all look forward to that. We want to hear a full set. Everybody unmute yourself and give this woman some love.
Yeah, Sophia.
Nice
Yeah.
work. Nice wordplay. Good weaving.
Beautiful
Yeah,
piece.
the gray matter, dark matter. Love that. Love.
Nice layered, nicely layered too.
It
Glad
was
you're here.
beautiful. You deserve that award that you got for your book. Like your writing is impeccable. Your content, your wordplay, like just it's beautiful. I love it. I love it.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, so coming up next here, I believe we still got the man of the night in the house here, and we all want to hear an encore. So, you know, it could be whatever you want to do, one pieces, you know, whatever you feel you got for us, we're down to hear it. We'll spark off round two after that. Elemental, I want to personally thank you as part of my fam, as part of this community, as part of, you know, being a host, right? Like we do, it takes a lot to do this you know what I'm saying, every week. It does. It takes a lot. Like on Saturdays, I sit there, I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to sit there and watch Bob's Burgers and, and just relax on the couch because we give out so much energy, so much positive vibes throughout the night that like by then we're drained, right? It's physically, emotionally, mentally draining doing this. And so we love it when you get to come in and you get to perform, man. Like, cause I watch you host, like you my boy. I love you. I know you got dope ass bars, bro. I love your poetry. So like every time you come in and you get to feature or spit, man, like I appreciate it so much, yo. I love showing up at your space and spitting. If I can get on the list, you gotta be quick with that shit. Like you gotta get a ticket in a minute and a half, or else you fucked, right? Like. But yeah, man, thank you so much for doing this feature again, and we all want to hear encore from you. So if you could bless us with some words, brother, we really appreciate it.
Look,
Yeah.
really, y'all just make this thing go. Y'all really make it work. Shout out Maze, shout out Mania for coming. Shout out the whole Concrete Generation, man. Them cats are mythical beings. If you learn, yikes. Okay. I'm gonna do a couple and I'm gonna let y'all out of here, man. Couple things. I mean, it's a crazy ride on this one. I don't know if I want to go on that softer side. So I'm gonna do one of my tried and true Jones, and then I'll end with a new piece. This is a piece that I call New America. Again, appreciate y'all for being here, man. Really, I'm gonna hang out. Appreciate y'all. It's New America. I am shots fired. I am excessive force. I am the first 48. I am no body cams and bodios and blocks, tenements and parks, project wards and points. I am 151, a government granted search and seizure of the same illegal activity they perfected eons ago. I am the reason the bacon patrol the streets. I am 100 to 1, the smack in the American mainstream. I am 3/5, 2/3, and 15%. That's citizens, inmates, and people lost in this fatherland, disguised as wonderland. No Alice, just malice, part pusher, stack clips higher than chips to secure this pirate's booty. Excuse me. I am the loudest, rowdiest, rough, rugged, and raw. The minstrels make up more maze than Manilow. Lost Boys, the Rat Pack, blaxploitation across 110th Street, uptown, downtown, midtown, and Motown. I am handcuffs, the gleam in the metal and the unrelenting stillness of their cold grasp. I am one in the chamber, no warning shot, no marksmanship, same crack, just a different whip. I am history lessons printed on bloodstained pages, written by crippled dreams and plantation English in the soul of genius. I am cotton in Alabama, Mississippi, Black Belt, Georgia. The Black Star Line set sail, refused to let our martyrs die in vain. I am the change. Less dollars, more sense, less millions, more common. I am the burden of proof, the neck and the noose and the fox in the hen house. Throwaways only brought in to primp and preen, dust and clean, a pimp and his trusty steed. I am the stone that the building refused, the individual. Panther, Dynamite, Brown, Hornet, King, Pratt, Evers, Shakur, X, Douglas, Wallace, Turner, Till, Garvey, Newton, Carmichael, Cleaver, Hampton, Lumumba, Louima, Diallo, Brown, Gray, Grant, Bell, Crawford, Rice, McBride, McKenna, Garner, Martin, Boyd, Bland, Brazil, Sterling, Carlisle, Castile, Gaines, O'Neill, King, Taylor, Aubrey, Floyd. God damn, Bruce in the pudding, no dilutants. I am the nuisance. The crawl in your crawfish, disco in your calypso, hip hop in your foxtrot, twisted like Bantu knots. And the soul in your soul food, keeper of the old school, #1 stunner and the funky drummer. Pearl Harbor's #1 gunner, but it's our homes you pillage and plunder. Built the same blood and the same mud for these divided states of New America, but you call me anarchist, fascist, separatist. I am not a monolith. See my character, not caricature. I am not your entertainment nor your prey. I am the sound of your chickens come home to roost, the nails on the chalkboard and in the coffin. I am the screams of my ancestors, the piercing sounds of our children calling, crawling, clawing for a life never granted. You fooled me once, shame on you. Fooled me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fooled me 3 times, fuck the peace sign, load the chopper, let it rain. You.
Ooh, boy. Yo, the man said I am the nails on the chalkboard and in the coffin.
Not disappointed this Friday night. Woo-hoo!
Hey, my mom loves you, bro. My
Good
mom
night.
loves
I
you,
love it.
man.
Good
I told
night.
you, mom, you gotta come see
Wow.
Elemental. That's my boy right there.
Yeah,
You gotta come see
no,
my
not
boy right here.
disappointed.
All
Thank
right,
you.
bless us with that other one, brother.
Last piece, and I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all. Again, this is, forgive me for slinging paint. That's why the background is kind of wet paintish. Just slinging paint this evening, y'all. This was born out of a situation that I was in. Again, with this, shout out the Crooklyn 4. So this is kind of a shots fired, if you will, to the team that we faced with loaded dice. But this is just Coliseum. Appreciate all y'all being here, for real. Again, forgive me, this is brand new shit. When conflicts unfold on battlefields where microphones become grenade pins, scatter shrapnel and scriptures of fragmented sleight of hand, braveheart explosion, savagery to callously dismantle your understanding so we can rebuild it in likeness of freedom. You do remember that, don't you? Or has AI stolen that too before we could expose it to horizon style thinking, calculate riches and verbs critically crafted in caskets where ignorance is laid to rest uncomfortably, wrestling with natural facts that eat away your senses, take your intelligence digested and miseducated in graveyards better known as classrooms, leave you maggot brain. Explanation for believing the battle was won long before packed seats in theater made titans of troglodytes when lines collide, wonder twin powers activated by habitual line steppers that needed help just to get through these Coliseum doors. It's a blood sport meant only for giants that Goliath iambic pentameter make it flat earth tectonic ship with voices as deadly magnitudes crack craniums before they run out of breath. Inhale gravity, exhale tragedy, speak silver surfer galactic smash mouth slobber knocker level bust your ass brawl and Sestina haiku death match make villanelles of monsters. Call the Undertaker. Your eulogy was chiseled in destiny long before you stepped past threshold to box with folks who do this for delectable pleasure of grinding bones to tombstones. We do this like A-Train, cold silver, screaming down asphalt tracks flowing in veins of jungle junkies who own these airwaves. Just blaze your eardrums into ashes. Super Smash Family, completely shatter pillars, make us Samson, extinction level, Rubik's mythology, Hydra heavy, feed back your condenser, dynamic, drastic, skullduggery, candy-coated attempts to make this tangent of madness that makes more sense than pennies for thoughts. Breakout forefathers double down on poker faces, ready to roulette craps that roll past lines, leave ears ringing, slot machining, hope into 3-minute jackpots of you thought you had a chance. Crack your Mount Olympus or Rushmore with grimoire casting spelled, keep it simple, stupid across cheeks where good night meets religiosity. Praise your pen and pass ammunition filled pages to set it off. Turn minds filled with explosives to mind filled with ferocious ideas that sound like, is this not why you are here? Appreciate you.
Yo. Whew. This is not why you were here. Elemental, thank you so much for this feature. I think everyone in the room right now just appreciates everything you do. And we love getting to hear you. We love getting to see you in your element, right? Everybody, unmute yourself and give it up for this, man.
Yeah, thank you, Elemental. Wow. What a
Thank
great
you,
feature.
Wow.
Incredible.
Really amazing.
I missed the first part, man. I'm crying. I can't wait for the tape, man. I caught that though. Thank you.
Definitely
There needs to
amazing.
be-
Always.
There needs to be an elemental night on Monday sometime.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
nice.
right? Like do like a whole feature on your own show though.
That's done.
Yeah. Gosh, so we got
Unfortunately, I mean, look, I may do something like that, but then I would just got pleasant gesture all the rest of the spots to everybody else. Believe it.
We'll make it happen. We'll find a way. We're gonna make that happen.
Absolutely, man.
Paul, you just dropped an
I truly
idea that's not
appreciate
gonna
all
die.
y'all, really. All of y'all
That's not gonna die. We're gonna give it to you.
Yeah,
We're gonna
either
make
that or
happen.
we're gonna find a way to get you fired. So you just come there as a
Paul said, fuck it, we'll just get you fired, and then you had no choice but to show up just to spit. But nah, if y'all stay tuned to
Unemployment.
open
Get your
minds,
unemployment.
yeah, look, if y'all just stick to and stay with the open minds family, we got people like Elemental and Jane and all these other hosts from other spaces, you know, Jeff, you know, all these people. Uh, I'm a poet. I don't even really host. I just like, yo, y'all want to show up and hang out on Friday?
No,
And
you
people show up,
host.
man.
You host, Thomas. You host. And you're right. It's work.
You know,
It's
it is work.
It
no
is.
doubt.
I'm over here flipping. You
Let's take
see me
all your
sometimes.
heat.
I'm enjoying the poem, but at the same time, I'm
Yeah.
like, I gotta flip through and like add people to the list, cut things going. I don't have an RMT. You lucky you got an RMT. I've been trying to
Yeah,
get
but
an
you know,
RMT.
Oh,
let
for
me
sure.
give
Shout
Thomas.
out
Let me
RMT.
give
That
both
cat
of you
does
guys.
work.
Let me give both of you guys some props on how hard the job is. Is that you give so much love away week after week after week, but the hard part is you got to sustain something genuine every week. You got to reach down deeper and be genuine again. And then you got to be genuine again. And after fucking 30, 40 weeks, you still, and it's like, you guys could do that. That is a fucking talent,
Yo,
man. That is
and
a fucking
Elemental, you
talent.
could probably back me up on this. You know,
That's a
life
lot of
ain't
heart.
perfect. Life ain't easy, right?
That's a lot of heart.
No one has a perfect week.
And then you get
There's
fired.
some yeah there's some Saturdays and Sundays that I'm sure didn't go too well for Elemental. But come Monday, all that shit set aside, he's doing what he got to do. And I do that too. It's been hard for me. I show up, bro. As fucking Magus, man. I've hit him up like, bro, I'm feeling suicidal today. Like, I ain't doing good, man. Like, can you host for me? He's like, nah, man, like, you got this, bro. Like, come through. I even hit up Poetastic. He sent me something. You know, I was feeling bad, right? Like, it's hard to keep. But then comes Friday, I'm like, you know what? I got my family here. I got the community. I'm on, right? Like y'all keep me going. Y'all keep me going. And like Elemental always says, like I love this community. And it's not just this mic. It's not just his mic. It's everybody's mic. It's every time we link up in this Zoom room and I see all these beautiful faces and hear all these beautiful words from y'all. Y'all my fan, man. This is what I do it for. You know?
It's
So
transformative. You just described it so clearly. It transforms all the moods you were in for the previous days of the week. And that's what, you know, the inertia of your inspiration. Other thing I would add is to be somebody who runs something like this. You are, I don't need to tell you, you have a responsibility to a whole community. And that's hard work. And you
I
cannot,
can't just say like,
you
sorry
can't
guys, there's no open
compromise.
mic, you know, no open minds this week. Like everyone be like, the fuck, like chaos would break out in the streets, right? I can't do that. I gotta be here every Friday, supporting everybody that comes here every Friday. We are all one family, and we love you all. And thank you again, Elemental. One more time, everybody, just unmute and shout, Elemental.
Elemental, yeah.
Elemental.
Yes. Love all y'all. Really, really, for all y'all coming through, for Thomas and Catalyst, for Maze, CC, PoetikDesire came through and dropped another monstrous piece. Listen, really, to echo what Thomas is saying, being a host is not always easy. Life does be lifing. I mean, it be lifing the hell out of you sometimes. For real. But you know, when it comes to Monday night, it's not about me. Everybody who knows me knows it's not about me, right?
It's
I am
about this
here for
community,
the
bro.
community. It don't matter how I feel. It don't matter.
Yeah.
I can't breathe. Damn it. I got closed captioning. Something's gonna talk for me. I'm gonna be here because this is about y'all, not me. I mean,
And that's what I love and respect about you so much, man. Like that's why I love and respect you so much, man. Cause you know what it's like. You show up weekly, right? And you always on point, bro. I learned a lot of my hosting tips because I started this thing almost a year ago now, August, like 10 months ago. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I ain't never even been to open mic. The last poem I had written, I was like 16, you know? And so like some 20 years later, I'm like, I want to read poetry, and it felt good. And I was like, my wife's like, you should start your own, because I didn't want it. The one I did, it was Phoenix Books. Shout out to Phoenix Books, but they did like a monthly poetry reading. And but I looked on the thing, and it was the next one that was available. Right, it was the next day time. I was like, bet, let me get on it. I did it. And I was so fucking nervous and shit, bro. But then when I did it, I felt so good. Even if it was a poem I wrote 20 years ago, it felt so good. And my wife see me afterwards. She's like, dude, you need to do this. And I'm like, well, should I? Like, could I? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, what should we do? I don't like the waiting a month to get onto a mic. She's like, nah, fuck it. Every Friday night, you show up, you be there, you're gonna attract the right people. And do within like our first feature was Stacy Dyson, like on week 3, right? And she's gonna be featuring again for us coming up here near our 1 year anniversary. And it's like it just blows my mind, dude. Like all y'all that show up, man, and I appreciate y'all. Y'all helped save my life, and I'm sure everyone in this room right now can agree that we do this for the love of poetry and the love of words, and knowing that one day one person's gonna hear this and it's gonna either save, change, or break their life. And either way, it making a difference. So with that said, I'm gonna start us off on round 2. This is an oldie but goodie too, right? Because we kind of in that, right? I love this poem. It's one of my personal favorites. And I want to read this just because I love Elemental's flow, and this is in this poem I'll be flowing. So it's dedicated to Catalyst, my wife. She wrote a corresponding poem called The First Eve, and it's about the first night that we met up. Like I flew up to Calgary, we went to Banff for a weekend. I'm from Florida. Like we met up on Valentine's Day. We had a wonderful time. So she wrote a poem about that first evening with me, right? And so I wrote one, The Last Adam. But like her Eve is like evening, my Adam is like ATOM. So it's like the first, the first evening and the last Adam. So I love this poem. I want to spit it more because I gotta memorize it. It's shorter enough for a slam piece, so I know I can win something with this. But here it goes. I'm feeling crazy, craving the creative crevices of your brain, baby. Am I insane? Maybe. Thanks for saving me. It's absolutely fucking amazing how you float around the 3D space we seem to be trapped in. But I'm laughing every time we break into the next plane of being. It's beginning to be so frequently. I think if we push a little harder, we can secretly become the astral beings we see in these higher realms. Is that DMT? May I please have a smell? Fuck it. Let me puff it till my lungs swell. Holding, holding, holding. Oh hell, I just broke through to heaven. Now I'm laughing with the elves. Mother Gaia sharing knowledge of the past incarnations of our love, knowing it'll never pass. Forever together, even after we gasp for our last bit of air, our souls release the grasp we had on this physical form. Reborn. It won't be long till we can keep each other warm once more. You're my favorite soul. It's always been you that I adore. Sworn to love and protect you until the last atom is torn apart and the universe turns dark. It'll just be you and I beaming through space as pure love and light. You know I'm right, right by your side for the rest of time, 'cause I am yours and you are mine. Thomas Obermeyer, thanks, y'all.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Craving the
I love
creative
it.
crevices of your brain. Yeah.
Yeah, I can like that line too.
Work, man. That's that work. Yeah. The more you
Very cool.
memorize that, the more it sits into your spirit, man. It's gonna get even worse. For real. It's already there. It's only gonna get worse. For real.
Yeah, that's a good bad. That's
She
some
didn't.
good.
She didn't hear it this time, but I like reading it too. Because every time I read it, she always comes out and give me a kiss. Or no, it's the other one. She comes to give me a kiss every time I read it. So I know I can get a free kiss out of my wife anytime I read. Yeah, yeah. Come on, man. Like, it's cool. But yeah, hey, I appreciate y'all love, man. What a wonderful night, y'all. Thank you so much for showing up for Elemental, showing up for everybody here, man. We gonna keep this thing rolling though. We got the next round coming up, and it's gonna be CP Mays. So CP, if you can unmute yourself and amaze us, I'd appreciate it.
I got one sincere, like, I'll owe you forever and a day. Could you just pause the recording as I read this piece so it's not recorded?
Yep, I could do that for you, bro.
Okay.
Hold up, wait. Oh, the recording got paused somehow. Who knows what happened?
Oh my God,
You
what
should have been there at the show and you would have
Oh, you
seen
guys
it.
missed
But
it,
now
man.
you
It
just
was
getting
awesome.
you getting this. You getting one of the dopest poets in the Poetosphere, Mr. Paul Skiff. If you could bless us with some words, I would appreciate it.
All right. So I want to say again, truly enjoyed sharing this space and time with everybody. It's just nothing like it. This kind of fun going into a personal deep dive, I guess. Where did I begin? What love found me out of the ocean of form, willow, thunderstorm, water, standing among the grass, chorus of sarcastic grackles. Why do the colors of October become warm and vivid always as I walk home this way, wanting just to hear her move through the house, wanting nothing but, say, to be looking out my window and hearing her downstairs shut a door, hang her coat, pour water into a glass. I want to practice my senses as though on a summer evening, only so she is there in the backyard moving flowers. At these cold hours, I would join even with the anguish of our having lost all but each other. So beholding me in the heavy shadows that open silence, she waits for the dark together with me on days when the sun may only be seen as it flies through a thin strip of sky between unrelenting cloud and earth's frost. Her hands upon the kitchen table disappear where gray day and early night intermingle. My mother ash that lays in an upside down box placed by a union man, shallow under a town grown from the Polish exodus that survived 8,000 miles of desperation, 40 days spent at the bottom of a boat. My eyes forced to accept by small piece of sod that enclosed her away. The Tamachik girl would never touch me again. My knees gave themselves to that ground in the gray, cold land whose summer is like luck. I had touched down at loss, 57 years distant from my departure into this most remote of loves. Of now and forever, say I have gone to find my need off this earth. You are no longer the limit of my kiss. The path of earth is open. The only place you appear now is inside me. I scatter my voice on a world where I need not look. Warm light of your nearness lifts me from my heart, intricate as an empty hour that pulses in my need. I join the cult of thirst, and no civilization can make me fear 3,000 miles on the stairs to your
Yo, Skiff, the natural vibrato of your voice when you bust out in song after that poem, like just that was
Paul,
magic.
you got to give us those last words. On the stair to your, and then it cut, the audio cut out for a little while. What's the
I think
last
he did
line?
that deliberately. It was on 10 or 3,000 miles on the
Was there
stair.
words after on the stairs too? That's what I call it. Anybody else?
Oh, on the stairs to your memory.
Yes, you didn't hear that. That's the last word, memory?
Yeah.
Okay, it dropped. Anybody else, same thing?
A little bit.
Probably
Okay.
overloading the mic.
I needed the last word.
I
Man.
know he naturally kind of pulled away from the mic for like that, yeah, for a fact. Like, yeah, that was
Paul, you
beautiful,
just
man.
transcended fucking time and space. You came in as a soul. You went through the
Yeah.
soul journey, and then you left the soul journey, and you put a thread through the whole fucking thing. That's incredible. That's what CP was talking about. You know, you CP, you came in with that fucking first eye of the needle, and now you just boom the other side of the needle. It's fucking, and that little just passing through the fucking eye of the needle. You just did that with the whole poem. And that's it. That's all of life. The fucking moment, the fucking thread goes from one inside and then out the other. That's fucking all. That's your and the whole story. Your whole story's in that fucking little split thing.
And that one little.
And you survive it, and then you end up here doing that. You know. But he actually took it out. Fucking unbelievable, Paul. You're great. I love you.
Paul, thank you so much for that. But let's keep this thing going. Talking about thread of the needle. She was in an accident just recently and almost died, totaled her car. And it's a good thing she's still here to read some poetry for us. So Kittay, if your Honor, you wasn't feeling good, you don't know if he was gonna speak, but it's your chance if you're here. Huh? Hey. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, yeah. She's at client's house. She can't speak, so she just listen. So we go to the next person. So next time, on the list we got Nemo Sum, who I'm assuming is here still. Yeah. That Nemo Sum, if you could bless us with some words, we would appreciate it, brother.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. I have a micro triptych. I observed 2 flights, one red, one black. As we raced down countless miles, 2 cardinals crossed the highway, just in front of the car, just in front of us. Were these rivals chasing one another, or brothers, or lovers intertwined, swooping low and showing off just a little. My mind saw the fell geometry, and then everything was on rails, and life was reduced to distance and speed. For just a moment, the first bird was lost in the massive black of the car in front of us. I felt relief in watching it explode in a massive, brilliant red, knowing that's what's supposed to happen when nature meets steel at the end of its trajectory. But I wondered as we sped away what the second bird was feeling right now. Running on a nature trail the following day, I observed two butterflies, black, darting together in a circle in front of me, fighting or courting against the blue of the afternoon. For the better part of a minute, our paths lined up, and I prepared to witness a tiny but violent explosion of black against my bright red shirt. But our lines did not meet, and they danced on unaware as I sped away and wondered what it felt like to be crushed mid-flight. At the crossroads, box and shovel in hand, ready to deal. No one comes. Someone's going to die today. Someone's going to get shot right in the face today. Someone's going to fall today, going to think, so this is what it's like while they go. Someone's going to pull the plug today, going to swallow hard and call it off. Someone's going to leave a note today, going to try to explain why they gave up but fail. Someone's going to lose someone today, going to want to rip the molten heart from their heaving chest. Someone's going to get sick today, going to have to figure out what to do with the little time they have left. Someone's getting blown up today, going to be vaporized by something nobody's flying and a bomb nobody saw coming. Someone's going to get saved today, going to feel the strength of the arm that pulls them away from danger, going to cry at being worth saving. Someone's going to get born today. Someone's going to fall in love today. Someone's going to rise today, going to stand back up despite the pain, despite the doubt, despite having every reason to stay down. Thank you.
Fuck those last few lines, man. Oh, I love it. Someone's gonna stand up today.
That was so beautiful.
Yeah, that was great, Nemo.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Everybody on mute and give it up for Nemo Sum, man.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Hey,
Never
I love that one, Nemo. That one, like I remember that from yesterday specifically for the part that you were talking about, you know, like someone's going to be born, someone's going to be saved, someone's going to, you know, die, and et cetera. You know,
Rise today.
I definitely resonate. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So dope, Nemo, man. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you for sticking around, man. Definitely.
Thank
Coming
you for
up
having me.
next, we got Poetastic in the house. If he's still here. Yeah, look like he's still here. Eddie is your own, baby. You say you was gonna give us some Ed Flametastic if you stuck around for round two. So
Yep, I'm
y'all get
here.
ready.
Sorry about that.
Ooh, get ready for some fire.
Fire for another desire.
Yeah.
All right, the first one is called Galactic Ecstasy. Perfection is here. The yummy scrumptious you. Baby, there's nothing to fear. Gonna taste your sweet honeydew. I know you feel a connection. You're glowing more than a star. You want that deep stellar satisfaction. Don't worry, you'll see a big orgasmic shooting star. I want to explore your deep space. Let me in your vast pink Milky Way. Let me see the pale moons on your face. It's okay you don't know what to think or say. Let's explore each other's enormous fantasy. You feel that, baby? Do you feel me? You look so sexy and tasty. No, honey, don't be too quick or hasty. I want to make you mine. I'm going to taste your starter's wine. I want our universes to come align. I'm ready to conquer this foreign behind. I'm going to continue to conquer this planet. Oh my God, here comes the enormous earthquakes. The wiggly alien has landed. It will concentrate while your pleasure aches and elevates. Honey, could you charge up my lifesaver? That's right, put it deep in your crater. This is a warm and pleasurable celestial equator. You're such a fluent translator. My lifesaver is fully charged. Time to conquer your soft land. It's time for a cosmic discharge. The gravity is too great. I need both hands. Look at those craters and marks. No, I love imperfections. They're your mystical art. Enough talk. Let's perform a sensational abstraction. My thick probe is touching your scorching core. We're one in this tranquil twilight. You moan and groan more. I'm going to infinity and beyond to reach your G heights. Your mountains start erupting. I need to extract some samples slowly. We're mesmerizing, humping while our bodies thumping. Some turns up ahead. I need to move in closely. The sexy magnetic force pulling me without end. It's going faster, faster, and faster. My mind and body has transcended. I need to prepare my blaster. Your core is breaking. Time for a climactic big bang. Planet shaking from our deep awakening. The pink cosmos has rang. Your planet shivers and your black hole drips. You landed on the ground. I can see the light spread across your lips. I just conquered something so sexy and round. My sweetie, my space adventure is over. Time to drift off into deep space. Come on, move in closer. Last bastion in grace from our heavenly embrace.
Yo, killing it. Like with some
Okay.
sci-fi, like yeah, like that was like some sci-fi erotica there. I loved it.
I got one more.
Yeah, yeah. Do it up.
All right, this is called The Naked Mile. Here I stand naked. Your soft flesh is wide open. A whisper of lustful moans into the air. Our blood is boiling over, and over again. Their lust leaves our bodies bare. Here I stand naked. My flame has grown to epic proportions. Embers burning between my center. Our midst erotic sense of tantalizing devotion. Let our warm bodies shimmer and get a bit thinner. Here I stand naked. The bedroom soaked in sexual overflow. The passion starts to ignite all around. Our bodies are creating smothering halo. Our mouths making lewd, raw, explicit sounds. Here I stand naked. I peer into your bleak, thirsty eyes. Our tongues collect the bitter and sweet jolts. Our hungry bodies dance while our loins cries. The stimulation is coming in by the millions of volts. Here I stand naked, gradually thrusting in an up and down direction. The inner flame delivers while our legs quiver. Our bodies lost themselves in instinctive, steamy chain reaction. We quickly dance while our bodies shiver. Here I stand naked. My hardness caresses the abyss of your soul. The groans and moans we quickly swallow. Our mild displeasure went instantly hollow. We're burning away our doubtful inner shadows. Here I stand naked. Our lungs full of indescribable rampant energy. Heartbeat stuck in harmonized, electrified awakening. Our naked flesh spread out to a deep degree. Our minds kept constantly coming, yet we couldn't stop graying. Here I stand naked. Our chest rub against chest and sweat rub against sweat. Our docile collision of two sparks, the physical eclipse of our burning silhouettes, our burning vibration throughout our hearts. Here I stand naked, my mask disappearing deep into your pink abyss. Our bodies float tenderly upwards, the passion of a new definition of bliss, a new feeling of euphoria we discovered. Here I stand naked. We had short breaths of air bursting past our lips. Our rapid hips lost in rampant synchronized movement. We're moving and moving faster than a whip, electrifying fulfillingness of improvement. Here I stand naked. We're feeling the wild bursting sensation, the feeling swirling and twirling inside our groins, our minds teleported towards a milky bleak vacation, the orgasmic pressure unleashed inside our loins. Here I stand naked, our deep structure easing to our domain, Our whispers are burning intentions, the stimulating yet enticing crimson rain, the lewd acts of soft, piercing interceptions. Here I stand naked, the sun shines throughout the bedroom. Our bodies are exhausted from dancing. The red sun starts to consume our tune. There goes our midnight romance of joyfully relaxing. Thank you.
Yo, this man said create a new definition of bliss.
Wow. Yeah, I
Like
loved it.
what?
Eddie.
Loved it.
Give it up for Ed
Yeah.
Flametastic with the erotic.
Fantastic.
Here I stand naked. Ah, so good, man. So good. I appreciate you coming through, brother. And I love to hear your words every time. It's a blessing. Thank you. Even if you're standing there naked, I still love you. All right, coming up next, we got Kristi Scribbles in the house still. I don't know if they wanted to perform a second poem, but we would love to hear it. She's packing. I think she was just listening and packing, so we'll put her as a star, because she's a star. And if she comes back through, we'll slide her back in. So coming up next, we got PoetikDesire, first time here. Thank you so much for coming through, crushing it. Thank you for sticking around for some more poems. We love you. I love your fucking background. I've been staring at it all night like that.
I found.
Dope. We had it. Yeah, it's dope. Yeah. All right, so if you could bless us with some words, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah, because I was like, what should I read? You know, you never know what to read. So I pulled up two things. One that I can probably follow after Ed there. Maybe I'll just switch it up and do that too. But here we go. We'll start with the first one. It's called Poetry at Gunpoint because, you know, us poets and writers, sometimes you get stuck and you're like, what am I going to write next? So that's where this one came from. I'm sitting here drawing a blank as you request me to pull from my poetic tank, thoughts surrounding an idea, a picture, a writing prompt given needing my poetic answer. Still, I'm shooting blanks as I begin to fire leaded ink drawn from this pen of poetic desire, scribbling anxiously as to my head is held, the barrel of writer's block, inspirations shelled. Several rounds misfire, missing its intended target, targets a perspective from which to choose a poetic bandit. Once that bandit has met my poetic eyes' crosshairs, there's no escaping capture, for of your truth, I'm now aware. The barrel of writer's block no longer impairs my vision. Inspiration shelled becomes bang. Inspiration in motion, moving in forward motion to its intended target of poetry, bobbing and weaving the roadblocks of creativity. This poet held hostage to poetry at gunpoint escapes the mind's prison, finds a unique viewpoint. As convict of poetic paralysis, makes a remarkable recovery. Through poetry at gunpoint comes unexpected prime poetry. You know, a lot of my good stuff's been coming from prompts lately. And this one I wrote a while back.
That shit was killing it. What? Like that was. Thank you for sharing that with us. That was great.
Yeah, and then I have one more if you want something
Yeah.
a little spicier, sort of spicier. Again, it was another prompt, probably from Nuyo at some point last year, 2 years ago, whenever. Smart and sexy perspectives. Yeah, this was 2021, so that was a while ago. They say I'm smart and sexy. Sometimes I agree, sometimes I don't. There are varying degrees of this perspective's philosophy based on situational surroundings. I'm smart, book smart, researching details till I found the answer, able to retain some of that knowledge of what I've learned along the way. Learned by osmosis, words seeping through the pages and into my brain, its concepts seeking to stay ingrained. But I'm not always smart. That is, street smart. They say I must have been sheltered, overprotective parenting kept me socially endangered, or did it? For I'm naturally introverted with a yearning to be more extroverted, usually keeping to myself, afraid to speak up, on the outskirts of every social circle, just dipping in a brainwave to catch a wave of every culture's dynamics, to learn their ways of interacting, learning trial by fire, just thrown in the mix, learning on the fly, hoping to get by, to think on my feet, hoping when questioned, I can take the heat, to act like I am smart enough to know the conversation's flowing beat. Because they say I'm too naive, too forgiving, too much I see the good in others, too much I'm a doormat for others to walk all over, too much didn't you know this is what that meant? Too much what do you mean you don't do that? Too much can't you read this person's character? Too much didn't you know any better? For in any social circle, I've learned to stay hushed at first, listening in closely to see if I should chime in. But if I chime in, will I get the infamous buzzer that goes, "Bzz, wrong answer," for not knowing the most current events of the world, for not knowing or understanding the topics at hand? Now, they also say I'm sexy. But how? Is it just my cute outfit for that day? Is it the way my hair was done up? Or is it my Asian look that attracts the beauty you perceive? Is it more than outside appearances? Is it my mind that you find sexy? I know I'm sexy when my words spoken on paper, flowing poetically in verses, makes you lust after me with what I may seek to say. Those sexy wordplay topics that draw you into your poetic desire to see what lays beneath her surface. They say they love my words. They say, I need you to write something for me. They say, how do you think up these poems? Because this one and that one is truly a gem. I just know I have a special way with words. Relationship built upon years of synergized symbiotic synthesis, a harmonious molding of my thoughts intertwined with lyrically serenaded phrasing. I do feel sexy when clothing pairings disguise my imperfections while its design, tightly hugging my curves, draping over my extremities, has achieved that sexy appeal that has me strutting with confidence, my outside beauty of the day becoming in tune with its tempting allure, tantalizing enough to enchant others to send me compliments, feeding my vain conceit. Except when it comes to bathing suit envy, how unattractive I feel to flaunt what once was, to now don one pieces or non-bearing midriff two pieces, to hide my pooch of a belly now, to hide stretch marks below, or not wanting to bear all what others may stare at and judge. And when it comes to pictures, you better take it from my good side. Catch me at the right angles, a trickery of poses to trim the fat, to avoid seeing double chins, to avoid appearing as if the cam added those 10 extra pounds times 2. And when bearing it all in the bedroom, I only feel sexy when it's just you and I, you, my lover, who has shown admiration for all my changing curves, for loving me for what my body was, is, and will be. I feel the sexiest in the eyes of love, so reassuring and alluring, bewitching me to be your sex slave, your sex goddess of sexy Kama Sutra moves and poses. They say I'm smart and sexy. This I'll agree at varying degrees of this perspective's philosophy by being smart enough to fool you as needed, seducing your eyes and mind to perceive what you think is sexy about me. Good night.
Yo.
Yo, wait.
I
I think I figured out your code. Like you have this way of, I think it's assonance. Like you will internally rhyme a sound within the word, like in an alliteration style, but you won't beat us over the head like time ticking 2, 3 teeth. Like you spread it out so it just rides so smooth, and we're able
There's
to
a bunch of different techniques.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're super
Thank you.
dope. Yeah.
And I love
Glad
I
you
love yeah, I love that he pointed that out too, because like what I was really enjoying was like the intelligence of it, the words you use, like it these aren't dumb rhymes. Like you gotta know, you know what I mean? You gotta be someone
Dictionary
that's
and the thesaurus is my friend.
yeah, like you know what I'm
Definitely
saying?
the
Like
thesaurus. What other word can I think of?
yeah, right? Like and so to fully enjoy like your piece, I think you have to be a little more elevated, a little more educated. And it's dope, dude. I love how you ride in that, like just killing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, much love, man. Much love. Thank you for coming through. So coming up next, we got Jeff Taylor. If he's still chilling in the garage, we would love to hear from you, brother.
I'm
He
back
is.
inside, but you'll get to hear from me nonetheless. Be the
Yeah.
indoor version of me.
I say it's the indoor version.
Yeah.
We cool with that too.
So I'm gonna do a cover poem. This is by Matt Wall, who's from LA. He's got a cool podcast called I Hate Matt Wall Poetry Podcast. Yeah, this is from his chapbook, Me as an Action Figure. It's like you see that's his head there that he put on like one of these like old school action figures. And he runs Poetic Anarchy Press, which he also has this the Bloodshed Review. I'm in the first issue here, so I can give a shout out to him and read his poem here. This is called Liquor Shanty. When I was a kid, I would get a few bucks or $1, and my friends and I would ride our bikes or scooters down the street to the corner of Lincoln and Moody to Liquor Shanty. They had everything: wrestling mags, comic books, Garbage Pail Kids, sports cards, arcade games, candy, soda, everything. We would pool our money in order to have the best time, the longest time possible. That's what I thought liquor meant. Fun for cheap, hours of enjoyment, as opposed to now what it means. Temporary pain relief, an escape from my bullshit. Fun for cheap, hours of enjoyment. That's a Liquor Shanty by Matt Wall. But yeah, check out his poetry podcast. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
And,
hey, you gotta holler at your boy. Tell him to come check out Open Minds, man. I don't know what he's doing on a Friday, but that was a dope
I
piece,
think he
man. That
runs
was
a
cool.
workshop usually on Fridays.
Oh,
But
so
I have tried to get him to come. Maybe if his schedule frees up on Fridays, he'll come over.
oh, that'd be cool, man. I loved hearing his words from you. If you have another piece too, you want to spit, I'd love to hear
Sure,
it.
yeah. You know what? I'll do one of mine that's in the Bloodshed Review here.
Yeah, yeah.
Hang on one second. This one is called Ween. As we stood along Tremont Street waiting to buy Ween tickets, the summer sun reflecting off the concrete, the fish shirt in front of me ate too much acid, then too much ecstasy while drinking too many beers. He puked, fell to the ground, twitched a few times, puked again, got up, then ran away, almost all in one continuous motion. I saw him later smoking a cigarette in front of the box office. He said he knew he was taking too much, but kept going because he was having fun with friends he hadn't seen in a while. He doesn't know where they are. He says they're probably pissed. He's done this to them before.
Oh, you read that before for me. I fucking love it, man. I love it. That shit is so good. In one continuous motion. That was great, man. Hey, thank you so much, Jeff, for hanging out and sharing poetry with us, man. We appreciate it. To close out the night, we had the man himself, CC arshagra, and it looked like he getting the ivories, or he's adjusting the camera there, getting the ivories all polished, and he says he's not a musician, but we all agree
Lyric
tonight.
writer, lyric writer.
No. Lyric writer slash musician. Then it may be you are a musician, my good sir. Strum ivories.
Okay. This one, when I think the first time I ever played this at an open mic was here, and then you mentioned your mother at the end of it. I forget this one here. It's been tweaked a little bit. I haven't done it in a while, so I'll do this. You think I'm a musician thing? I can see. I didn't say it though, right? Okay. This is "You Will Never Be Lonely Again." the question. Who do you share your alone with? If the answer is no one, everyone, and everything, you will never be lonely again. True sharing has no expectations. There's no sense of a debt owed or a debt involved. Nothing's overdue, nothing's hurt or angry, that's impossible. In every end, disappointment is alone held by you. The secret set free is the quiet of happiness. In the quiet of each and every mind alone. There's no need to believe that it's blame's fault. I'm revisiting that fucking thing, right? And there's no such thing as happiness cannot find you. And it's okay to see the ways that you deny this. As the only thing that you will never question. It's okay that each and every moment lives here. Sure, death comes, but love itself lives on forever. As love's hand, I just added a new verse. I just wrote this next part. As love's hand always waits here to catch you. Fear falls, hate has no net, and you become creation. Dying is not real here. This is transcendence. You are honesty. As your truths die. And now the next breath. When it's time to ask the question. Who do you share your alone with? If the answer is no one, everyone, and everything, you will never be lonely So that's called writing music live at an open mic.
Holy fuck, dude. That's probably one of my favorite songs ever.
I know, I
Sure.
know. You like that
I
one.
fucking love it, dude. I'm so glad we're recording, so I'm gonna cut it and I'm gonna throw that shit into my
As
playlist.
love's, yeah, I just added that. As love's, I want to do it. As love's hand always waits here to catch you. Fear falls, hate has no net. As you become creation. I love it. Dying is not real here. This is transcendence. You are honesty as your truths die. One of my favorite things.
I
is
love that
truths die.
there's no dying here. This is transcendence. Yo, that when you
No,
said that,
dying is not real.
oh yeah,
This
dying
is
is not real. This is
transcendence.
transcendence. Like,
And now your next breath. And then it goes back to the chorus at the top.
yeah.
It's time to ask the question. Who do you share your alone with?
Yeah, who do you
I've
share
used
your
that line in a relationship going south. It's like, you know,
I choose to share my aloneness
we gonna
with
save
the
this or
great
what?
catalyst, my
Gonna,
queen. She's amazing. She's out there like, oh, I love you too, baby. She give me
I
the
love you.
silent.
And I love you for helping inspire. And tonight, lately, these open mics, some of them have just been.
Dude, CP sent me a message saying he's like, tonight changed my life.
$1,000 on a fucking Who ticket so you could sit a mile away. You're here tonight. That shit sucks.
Right? Yo, CP straight up said like, tonight changed my life, dude. Like, same here, man. And that's why I love doing this every Friday night.
Elemental was fucking
All out of
boiling,
the, yeah,
boiling
all
some
out on there.
letters and words and shit too, man. I can't wait to hear that. I missed that.
And
Thank
so
you. I
CC,
love you guys.
yeah, I love you too. But you weren't actually closing out the show. We got Terri Rose in the house here.
Terri Rose
And
drinks. Let's go.
yeah, and we got Phynne Belle that popped back in. So
Yeah, Phynne Belle's
Phynne Belle, if you want to spit another poem and close us out,
I'll
we'll
put
get
Paul's
Terry
thing in the
R.
chat one more time if I can
All
find it.
right.
Thank you all.
Yeah, you down for that, Phynne, to close us out? We get some
Hey.
Terry and some Phynne. Oh,
Sure.
I love it.
Sure. I have some short
Excellent.
pieces, you know me, my short. Tribute to Tina Turner. Love rarely has anything to do with it when you can't escape what you see in that mirror and nervously looking for the right shade of foundation to cover the purple bruises on the face left from a fist or a foot. Yes, I said a foot. And all we can do is shake our heads at how low one must be in order to keep letting it happen. So that's the first one. I'm going heavy and then I'm going to light.
Hey, that shit, you're going heavy and you're going like, that was fucking dope, bro. That was heavy, but that was dope.
Yes. Getting my other ones. Okay, here we go. Turning pain into hummingbirds is new to me, but I'm getting better at it as I swim so effortlessly through the sleep and awakes of this storm-filled life. The calm before the pain is here, which signifies all hell breaking loose any minute of any given day, humming through the tornado and the hurricanes, singing louder than the thunder. And then I have showing up in life. That's what matters. Showing up as me, though, thou protest too much. My look does not speak against any conformity. That makes me less of a threat. My life is a protest, but you wouldn't know about me because you never asked. And I'm probably only going to tell you in a poem. And I have one more. To speak or not to speak? That is the ultimate question. Is it more noble to remain silent? In my case, yes, because when I speak, no one listens. And when those rare occasions happen when they hear something, that is a half-truth. Again, reaffirming that they were not listening. The meaning is always lost, with no desire to hear the whole truth. Frustrated, I wonder why I spoke in the first place.
I love that piece. Thank you so much for showing up and sharing the pieces with us. I love you and all that
Thank
you
you.
do. I love you as a being, like everything that you do. We just love you so much. Look at Phynne over there, just all types of love, like all of this love, all of the love. All right, so closing us out tonight, we got Phynne Belle herself.
Hello again.
It's been
I
such a beautiful night, and for you
it
to close us
has
out, like,
I was just sad that I had to like pop into my class and miss the second half of E's feature. So I'm gonna have to watch the recording.
of course, and we're so glad
Okay,
that you're back.
so I'm gonna read from somebody's book, and you guys have to guess who it is. And then I did the Wheel of Poetry, and this is what came up of my old poems. There you go. That's my plan. So, oops, I guess you guys peek. Okay. This is called I Am Not a Karen. So you guys have to guess whose book this is. I am not a Karen. My son tells me, Mom, don't be a Karen. I say, what the heck is that? He says, it's a white lady who complains about everything. Right before this commentary, I got into the story about what happened in the Family Dollar. When I tried to buy a bag of dog food off the shelf, I was informed that I could not buy it. I explained to the girl at the checkout that I had purchased the same bag a week prior. She said it was not to be there, supposed to be there. I said to her that I did not understand. They said it was ringing up to be a penny. I said I was good with that, but they refused to sell it to me. I just could not get over this, but I eventually did. I just bought a smaller bag for 10 times the cost. Okay, I was there again a week or so later, and there was a paper handwritten sign that said, please do not leave carts here. After I was finished with the cart, I did not know what I was supposed to do with it. I did just what the sign said not to do and left the cart there. This angered the girl who I guess wrote the sign. She took the cart and pushed it so hard as hard as she could into the other carts, making cursing and crashing sounds. This act of frustration reminded me of the time when I was working with the physically and mentally disabled. The client did exactly the same thing when he was angry. When I was having a short conversation with a person from my son's school that just happened to be shopping there. The person that I was talking to was the school psychologist. We both realized the problem, so we ended our conversation. I calmly walked over and growled at him, and we both started laughing. Somehow, I do not think I would have had the same reaction with a woman in the Family Dollar.
It was Terri, I know it.
Terri,
Our caller
yeah.
right there. That's so cool too. You followed Terri with one of her pieces. Ah, I'm gonna have to send you a piece that I'm gonna write exclusively for you to read. Yeah, 'cause I want to hear your voice. So like, I won't perform it. I want to write a piece for you to read. So
I don't
I'm
know
gonna.
if you guys were at who of you were at my karaoke the other night, but Terri won the trivia. And so I had to tell her a bedtime story. That was her prize. That's what she requested. So I told her a bedtime story in increments of 1 minute, because Instagram DM
Yeah.
only allows you to do 1 minute. So it's like, okay, 1 minute reading, 1 minute reading. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to close up with an old poem. This is called We Were Once Queens.
Oh, get it, girl.
Yeah. Ancestors are sweet mother tongue, nourishment upon my. Okay, let's start over again. I'm telling you, I only had half of this Smirnoff. Okay, let's do this. Ancestors are sweet mother tongue, nourishment upon my tongue. Ancestors are a fierce battle cry. Ang bayan kong Pilipinas, lupain ng ginto't bulaklak, Pag-ibig na sa kanyang palad, nag-alay ng ganda't dilag. At sa kanyang yumi at ganda, dayuhan ay nahalina. Bayan ko, binihag ka, nasadlak sa dusa. My soul yearns to reach up to the mountaintops and hear the goddesses and their gods sigh, rejoicing in my presence, cradling my thoughts in verity's sweet bosom. I am heard, I am seen, I am not the unknowable. I am here. The world does not hang below. We are celestial, discarded trinkets, the dimidicy of an afterglow. The old ones had wearied of our novelty. They had forgotten us. Or do they trample us underfoot still, gaiety crackled thunder as we hide our faces and flee? I am not the refuse to be swept away at tedium. I am the native soil. I am not the one who does not belong. Before time, I fashioned the moon from the strands of my hair and captured her mate, the sun, to attend her. Before civilizations, I was the earth who split herself wide and cried out, Bayang Magilu, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay, lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil. I birthed archipelagos. I whispered zephyr lullabies to my children as they slumbered and called each of them by their name. Luzon, my beloved, we are strength of our descendants. Visayas anak, we will prosper and number in the millions. Mindanao, bunso ko, remember whence you came from. Your blood spilled is Maharlika, the azure and rose of the sunset upon each pearl offspring in your wake. Ibon mang may layang lumipad, kulungin mo at umiiyak, bayan pa kayang sakdal dilag, ang di magnasang makaalpas. Pilipinas kong minumutya, pugad ng luha at dalita. Aking adhika, makita kang sakdal laya. Stranger, do not call me the displaced. Do not rape my daughters one by one until they tear the diadem from their head and forget their mother in a whitewashed madness. I will not be banished. The sky cannot hold itself aloft in my absence. I will not leave. The ground beneath withers as I uproot. Salamat.
The sky cannot hold itself up without my absence.
Woo!
Phynne, that is one of
Yeah.
my favorite poems, and
Beautiful.
I love when you sung it too. And earlier you did the Spanish one. Someone mentioned, I forget who it was. I think it might have been Ed. And like, oh, it was like, and so you performed that to close us out, and that's one of my favorite poems. Like, I really love it so much, and the way that you perform it is just bliss, sheer bliss. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
If everyone wants to unmute, give love to Elemental, give love to Phynne Belle, give love to the night that we had tonight.
Love, love, love.
And more love.
Yeah.
It's courageous. It's a
Yeah,
courageous,
it was really good.
courageous love. Elemental, CP.
If no one has told y'all
God.
lately
What
or
Paul
recently,
gave.
y'all are incredible. Y'all are beyond this galaxy. You have to know that all the energy that you conjure truly goes around. right? When you come and rock with me on Monday nights, believe it's all gonna just come back to you, right? I am a conduit, right? Y'all are like rocket fuel, right? Every time you feed something, you just ignite sparks, and we just go further and further and further into this galaxy of creativity. So thank you for being fearless, for being dedicated to what we do and helping us to move poetry forward. All of y'all are magnificent. I love all of y'all. Your poetry has inspired me, and I only hope to return that inspiration to you. Truly. Thank y'all for rocking out this evening. Truly, I love all y'all.
Yo, thank you so much too, man. Hey, thanks for doing this, because it still was a birthday gift for me. When we did your first feature, and I'm like, hey, we got a spot right after my birthday too for you. Hey, so we love we love you so much, man, and we like to hear from you. You know, you get the host all the time, but like I know you got some dope ass poetry. Like, so I love featuring you. I love when you show up on Fridays, bro, to spit pieces. Like, it's nothing but love. And I just found out today. I thought you was in New York for some reason. I don't know. It's like the because you work with New York. I thought you was, and I found out you was like 20 minutes from CP. So y'all been like chilling and shit. I was like, what? Hey, so
Where
you're
you
getting a
at? You're
big old
not in New
hug.
York? Uh,
Nah, he. Hey, you're getting a big fucking hug from CP, but it's coming from me and Catalyst. So CP's gonna scoop you up, give you a big old hug, but it's coming from me and Catalyst, all right? He might kiss you on the cheek too. We'll see how he's feeling, you know? I fucking love you, brother. Phynne, thank you so much for closing out with that beautiful piece. I love this so much. I'm so happy that you did that. And so, yeah, thanks for coming out for Elemental. I'd like to do an after party and hang out more, but my boy from out of town is here, and he was out of town while he was here. It was weird. He went away for a few days to work while he was visiting me, so he's back, and I'm gonna hang out with him. So thank y'all for the wonderful night. Elemental, thank you so much for doing this piece, man. We all appreciate it, yo. Like, that shit was dope, bro. You stuck through to the end, man. I fucking love you, brother. And you getting a big old fucking hug from CP that he gonna hug you up. Why? Why?
My dude, man, that's my dude for real. Really, I love all y'all. Seriously, I can't say that enough. Daughter of Krypton, Mr. Micro Triptych, for real. The Chameleon Chronicles, for real. PoetikDesire, like y'all just continue to push me. Really, CC. Every time I hear your work, it only continues to get better, man. For real. You just
Hey,
remind
can
me of
we
like
agree that
John Legend,
CC is not
ordinary people are just so broken down to just I love it, man. Really. Y'all have a great night, man. I hope to see y'all Monday. Bro.
officially tonight? CC is a musician. He's songwriter slash musician. You can't front no more, bro. You heard it first here. We all bless you with that.
I got a Carole King excuse. I'm riding that horse. I know I'm bad. I'm trying. I'm letting it in. I'm trying. I really am. Because
Yeah.
I know fucking musicians that know what a chord is.
Yeah, hey, but
We're good. We're good. I'm
according
letting it in. I'm
according
letting it
to
in.
them, you could be
Letting it in.
cordless and all, but you still a musician, bro. You let that shit flow. Once the fingers start tickling the
I'm
ivories,
gonna write it. I'm gonna score it. I'm gonna make it rough. I'm gonna publish it, and then I'm gonna pray that over you're
I'll
gonna wake up.
buy it. Hey, I'll buy it, man.
You're gonna sing it. You're gonna sing it.
Yeah, I want to throw it on my playlist, bro. I love y'all. Hey, there's.
Say hi to.
Hey, what's up, bro? What's up? We love you. We
Oh,
love
put
you
your
so
head down.
much. We love you. All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for coming out for Elemental, yo. It was a wonderful night. Yeah, bless, man. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next Friday.
Good night, Thomas.
Good night,
Night all.
Thank
everybody.
you.
Take care.
Right.
Sweet
Good night,
dreams.
everyone.
Be
Beautiful
well.
night.
Sweet dreams, people.